Oh shit. Didn't think he would still be there.
Your eyes are delicate instruments. One wrong move and you can damage them for life, which makes you kind of wonder, could blasting them with light from our monitors be hurting them? Is there a better solution?
Oh, I gotta move my...
Meet the Paper-like U253, a monitor by Samsung, Dasung, that is 25 inches, curved, well, kind of, runs at 3K resolution, and, most importantly, uses e-ink, a panel technology that I have never before today seen in a desktop monitor. It promises to change the game when it comes to eye health. Could it make a difference? Or is Dasung healthily eyeing a way to game you of your shame? E-ink is far from new technology, but it wasn't until Amazon introduced the Kindle about a decade and a half ago that it really hit the mainstream, which, hey, that's 15 years. How is it that it took this long for someone to take that technology that people love for how easy it is on the eyes and try to put it in a monitor? Maybe because it's not a very good idea. With that said, Dasung might be onto it, even if, you guys saw the title. This ain't it, Chief. But this is a segue to our sponsor, Keeper. Keeper is an end-to-end encrypted password manager that's trusted by millions of people. Plus, they now support passkeys, the gateway to a passwordless future.
Oh, wrong button.
And our audience can save 50% today on personal and family plans at the link down below. For all its flaws, it's absolutely a head turner. We had this out when people were doing tours during LTX, and literally everyone's like, whoa. What's that? There are a few reasons why e-ink has taken so long to come to the desktop. And to understand those reasons, we need to understand the technology. E-ink, which is kind of the Kleenex of electrophoretic displays, works by suspending charged pigment particles in a capsule that's filled with viscous fluid. These capsules are placed between two layers of transparent electrodes and charged, attracting the particles to either side of the capsule. So if you zoom way in and slow things down a bit, you can actually see the individual capsules floating to the surface. You put a bunch of those capsules in an array and suddenly you have an e-ink display. Now, you might think, hey, this could lead to a few problems. I mean, if the particles are as big as they are and they are physically moving through a viscous fluid, how do we refresh the display quickly? That's the neat part. You don't. Despite touting ultra high refresh technology, this monitor maxes out at a whopping 15 hertz. 15 refreshes every second. But before we get too into the weeds, let's take a look at the features on this thing. One of my favorite things about it is watch this. As I unplug everything to show you guys the I/O, it doesn't need power in order to retain the last image that was on the screen. I mean, it'll degrade eventually, but cool, right? Anyway, it's got a built-in 2-port USB hub, built-in audio jack, it has height adjust, pivot, swivel, and power in, DisplayPort, USB-C in, as well as an HDMI port.
Linus, you missed the grills for the speakers.
It's not that I missed them, it's that I just wouldn't want to use them. I mean, okay, all right, fine. The grill, they're pointing out sideways from behind the monitor. How good could they sound?
Left and right. I mean, they're not gonna sound great, but they're there. It's a nice option.
It's true what he says. Honestly speaking,
It's a decent
I'm
option.
glossing
It's
through
good,
this as
it's
fast
good
as
to
I
have
can
that on the
because
monitor.
I
at least,
desperately want to
even
try
if
this.
you're
I've had to
not
look
gonna
at this
use
on
it.
this desk for the last
It's good to
2
have it. You
flippin'
never know
weeks.
when you
Is
might
that
have to
as
use
good as it manages to do, converting to grayscale?
I'm gonna give you a quick little tutorial on how to use it. Oh, you're right.
Thanks.
These 6 buttons are very important. They allow you to change.
Ooh! Not backlight. Front light.
Exactly. E-ink is a reflecting display. If you keep pressing that button, you'll find that there's different.
Color front light. Reading mode.
Yeah, P.
Yeah.
Also, it's not really very even. You can tell it's very edge lit. It reminds me of the Game Boy SP when you have it on.
Does the C manually refresh the display?
Yes, that
so
is.
if I could press this 15 times per second, no, okay. Different modes.
Oh shit.
Graphic mode,
Top of the garage.
text mode, video mode. Why don't we start with text mode? It seems to be a contrast control of some sort.
Exactly. I think the funniest part about this is that you can see that the heads-up display just kind of stays on. If you get like a window.
Unless it gets refreshed.
Exactly.
I don't know, where could I get one like that? LTTstore.com. Ooh, okay. I mean, this is, ooh, that logo is still going in there. Is that what Clear does?
Exactly. If you've used e-readers before, you'll notice like when you change a page, you see the whole screen flash. It's refreshing every pixel a couple of times to totally separate out the e-ink. Because when you have all those charged particles in there, if you have a bunch of positive particles and negative particles, they're gonna be attracted to each other sometimes. So they don't always 100% clean.
I can see that. Afraid to know what it's gonna look like if I just mouse wheel down. Oh, wow, you can see all these post counts.
Whoa, I caught it straight through the fucking wall.
Whoa, go back. Look at what? That I don't understand. There's so many things going on the display that is like worth talking about. One, I don't know why this happened, but you'll notice that here, where we're supposed to have like a gray background,
Yeah.
it's doing some dithering. Because e-ink, you're either black or you're not, or you have to find subpixels that don't exist on this monitor to make it gray.
So you just use actual pixels, meaning that the text is
Oh, no,
not
I got that
necessarily
guy.
going to be that sharp unless you tweak your contrast and make sure that there are no shades of gray.
And as you can see, there's supposed to be text up here.
Oh no. So you're saying we found the one scenario where dark mode is not better.
Yeah, it's substantially worse. It's way more distracting to have bright ghosting than it is to have dark ghosting.
I can tweak the contrast to make that
Mine
show
is
up.
so weird.
It's still not a great
It's all
experience.
about
terrifying
eye
here.
health
Well,
and
let's go to something that's more of like an article. As
Good
soon as I
product.
scroll, it just turns
For what
into
it's made for.
a mess.
seems like it so far.
A readable mess.
Oh,
Adjust
shit.
the brightness. Of
Yeah,
the,
so if you want to adjust,
you just hold it.
you hold that and then you hold the light and then you press plus or
What the
minus.
fuck?
Man, the amount of just faffing about with this thing to get it to look decent and all your different content, I just clear it.
You can download software, but it doesn't offer a ton of benefits. The best one is that you can make a shortcut to clear the display. Or you can set it to refresh every 30 seconds, but it's super distracting because just randomly the whole thing, you're like, oh, it's very jarring.
We're experiencing some video, whether we intended to or not. I mean, it's watchable.
One thing I want to take a look at is that I think we're currently in one of the fastest modes. I think it boots up at the highest refresh
Got
rate.
an
No, I
underbarrel?
put it in text mode.
No, that's not. That doesn't define your refresh rate.
Oh.
The different modes defines like how it handles contrast.
Okay. How do I change the other modes?
M and plus switches you from the 5 modes. You got fast, you got fast plus, you got fast plus plus,
Oh my god.
you got fast plus plus plus.
Okay, how many pluses are there? There's 4 pluses now.
This is the fastest refresh rate.
Why would I ever turn it off of the fastest refresh rate?
Well, you were complaining about the ghosting, right?
Oh, I see. It's
still happens.
terrible. It's a different kind of awful. They're both awful.
Yeah, this is
Damn,
far more
I have to-
smeary.
Yeah,
I
and
have
the
to
contrast is
pull this
lower.
out
And I don't
a
mean
lot.
contrast in terms of how the processor in the monitor is taking the input and assigning it to black or white or gray. I mean the actual level of black and the level of white are
max it out.
closer to each other, the contrast ratio.
And you can really see it when you look really close on sort of dark colors. You can see it's just like not filled in,
Yeah.
right? That's because the e-ink doesn't make it to the surface in time for your refresh.
And it's much darker, even if the ghosting is absolutely still present.
I wasn't sure how fast was, but I think I could literally count it, and I think it's 4 frames per second.
Time to view video, I guess?
Everything's kind of nightmarish.
I think you're right. I think it's about 4 frames per second. I'm trying to move the mouse around. It's very challenging. To be clear, we didn't bring this in to hate on it. I was actually very excited to see this technology in a monitor. And I think for a certain user, even this first generation implementation, and know who you are, you're probably going, this video did not go to the video start.
And this will like etch a sketch away, I'm sure.
Captions are going to be a problem. Stitch
Ow.
Any text is really distracting, but oh, look at the smears from the headset just following it around.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that could use anything, Adam. you actually, you managed
Wait,
to
what was
make
that
it
nade?
work
Why did I get a
substantially.
nade
Good
indicator?
job. Okay.
There was no
Yeah,
explosion.
right there, right there. That's the spot.
You can save a single preset to this monitor so that it will always boot into that one. I don't know how to change it to that preset once it's already on, but it will boot to it. It makes sense if you go like, I'm using this to type my scripts. What's the best way to make Word look good?
Yeah. I would never have this as my primary monitor, but as a
You would
secondary
never.
display.
You really can't have this as a primary monitor because of just how grayscale works. When you have two colors that are different but have the same brightness,
That monitor
they
is
look
made
identical.
for
So you'd
specific
never know
purposes.
what's applicable versus what's just text on a page.
Exactly, it can be really frustrating.
I was worried about this before, and I was right. The longer you actually just let it run without doing a refresh, the more washed out it ends up looking. You can see it's gotten pretty hard to look at now. I mean, I do have to say, the viewing angles on it are great. Oh man, I can't even tell that this. That's
Oh, there's more.
The best way to use this is by setting your desktop wallpaper to be pure white, so that you don't have that kind of ghosting. Look at that gradient.
Let's stop showing what it's not good
Yeah.
at for a little bit.
Yeah.
How about just for word processing? I'm gonna put it in text mode, maybe tweak the contrast a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna slow down the speed a bit too.
You definitely need to be a confident typist if you really want to take advantage of the scrolling lens. Also, the text doesn't look that good on text mode, and I find it very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, this is supposedly 3200 by 1800 resolution. That does not look like a 3200 by 1800 display.
I think the issue is that text smoothing is done on a sub-pixel level, which this doesn't have. So it's just getting these really weird signals of brightness and trying to like interpret them. So it makes things really grainy. Whereas when you have something like on your Kindle, where it's a dedicated OS,
Knows it's one-to-one, no substitute.
things just look smooth.
An obvious solution would be to adjust clear type. Just turn it off.
That's only going to work in the programs that use Kindle. This is the Kindle Scribe.
Man, look how much better that erasing is.
I can erase this, and it refreshed it.
Oh, it refreshes like part of it if that's all it needs. And
Yeah.
if it needs more, it's like, no, I need more. I'll do the whole thing.
Why doesn't this do that? It's receiving the video signal.
Because that song probably doesn't have the same R&D budget as
You know what?
for this thing though. It's really easy on the eyes. Like it really is though. I would never want to use even the front light. I would just want to have a comfortable amount of ambient light in my room and just,
Oh, we haven't even played video games on it.
I can't even,
That's your concept.
and then prices.
Oh, yeah.
For mode, I'm kind of feeling video mode.
Pick up any ammo? No.
I'll be your clear guy. You just yell clear whenever you want it, and I'll press the button.
Okay, this is a
Respect
good
it.
clear. Oh, look at that. Clean. Clear. Clean. Clear.
Markers, bro.
Wait, can't we skip this intro?
2006. Now it seems like it's a good time to talk about the record stats on the monitor.
Ooh, a letter.
Yeah.
We know that e-ink products have distinct disadvantages, but they also have advantages. And as long as you understand the shortcomings, those can be worthwhile depending on your use case, which honestly I think I agree with. That makes me very excited about what they have coming.
They're going to release color e-ink.
So we could be looking at a product very, very soon, one that I am way more excited about.
Having the color will solve so many contrast issues, make things a lot easier to see. That will eventually make a huge difference. It's nighttime in this part of the game, isn't it? Speaking of the positives that they bring up on their website, I want to contest some of their claims as they're a bit spurious. They claim things like it's good for people with myopia, which is nearsightedness. There is no benefit to using the ink monitor if you're nearsighted. They also claim that it's good for digital eye strain. There's no conclusive evidence that e-ink will help. The issue of digital eye strain comes from not refocusing your eyes and staring at the same thing for a long, long time. E-ink doesn't change that. It's still a monitor, it's still not very far away, your eyes are still gonna get strained.
But a big part of the strain is A, the lack of focusing, and B, that people forget to drink water. And then your eyes aren't lubricated and they dry out.
If you do have digital eye strain, you should try and follow the 20-20-20 rule, which is take 20 seconds
No!
to get something.
Get me out of here!
That way, you let your eyes focus, you work out some of the extra muscles for focusing your eyes. It'll help a lot.
How about you work out the muscle for clearing the display so I can see what the heck I'm doing here?
I don't think it helps.
Oh, that's ours.
No, it really didn't. The only thing complicating this matter is the cost. It's
$2,000.
seems like a value to me, right? There. Okay, this is the only setting that works at all.
What mode are you in?
I'm in game mode, fast plus 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 plus. Still got 4 pluses. 4 pluses of fast. Where? I think I got him. Wow. Keeper. One of the most important
tracking
steps
is
to take
getting
in personal
good.
cybersecurity is
Thanks
proper
for fucking
password safety. The
Armored
majority of
Core.
security issues are the result of human error, and weak or
Got
strong
your snappy
passwords
aim
are
anymore.
big contributors. Keeper Security lets you manage and track all your passwords
Alright,
and
Linus, Dinus,
your eyes are
Vaginus.
Hello everyone,
Alien
my name's
Isolinish.
Tomatoinus, also known as Millimeter Peter, and today we're
Millimeter
going over
Peter, my guy. You could climb up there like that. What the fuck? I didn't know you could actually use those scaffold things like that.
This video. Alien Isolation community Master also helped with writing the script to make sure it's all as accurate as possible. Alien Isolation came out in 2014. Oh my god, this game came out in 2014. Jesus fuck. Alien Isolation came out in 2014, and in it you play as Amanda Ripley on a quest to find out what happened to her mama, but in the process, ends up doing bad. For moviegoers like myself, this game takes place between the events of Alien and Aliens. So as mission 1 begins, Zed holds forward and right and slams in a rack to insert a keycard the instant the prompt shows up. Important to note, Zed has mouse wheel down bound to interact and mouse wheel up bound to crouch. This first mission is the instructional controls. You mostly walk around and talk to various crew members to get to know them as the player. Up ahead, Zeb will get the locker and he'll hold backwards while getting dressed, but he starts moving a bit early and saves a little time. He'll then take a tight line around some corners and down the hallways towards an NPC named Samuels. There he'll walk into Samuels' room to trigger the dialogue and immediately back out of the room to get out of range of Samuels.
The
so he
Alien
stops talking
Isolation
before then
speedrun, by the way.
next to the dialogue trigger, but just outside of it. Initiating his dialogue and leaving the trigger causes Samuels to stop talking, and after a bit, his AI resets. Not like his canonical Android AI, but his in-game AI refreshes, which you can see by him pulling a tablet out of a pocket dimension. Once Samuels resets, Zeb will walk back into the dialogue trigger, making Samuels say his dialogue again, but it skips to his last line and saves roughly 6 seconds. He has to wait for Samuels to finish the line before he can leave the area, so he kills some time by bouncing on and through Samuels' D, which is a piece of tech I'll cover in a bit. Previously on Tomatoinus.
I think I'm having an existential crisis. I'm actually here to make amends. Hey, Minnesota guy,
How
back
many
from
hits?
time traveling. Wait, who's this? Oh, hey, Chicago guy. This is
least
Gavin
6, 7
Chainsaw
hit
Hands.
markers on
Long
that guy.
story short, we had beef, but we just buried the hatchet. Can I move in with you guys? Real quick house meeting, Chicago guy? Yeah. I'm down if you are. Yeah, me too. Hey, wait, real quick. Have you heard of World of Warships, the free-to-play naval-themed vehicle combat game that's free to play on PC? I know you love vehicle combat. I do love vehicle combat. I know you also love new content, and they release it every month, like new ships, nations, cosmetics, and gameplay experiences.
They got the Wilson,
Plus,
no.
this month only, you can battle as your favorite characters from Azure Lane with Azure Lane-themed
That's the
skins.
best coaster
There's
for
also
this
more than
shit.
40 unique maps with dynamic weather, and multiple ship classes to choose from, like historic battleships, aircraft carriers, submarines, and more. Can I play with friends? Of course, World of Warships has a super dedicated community with discussions on forums and Discord channels, and there's also live streams and tournaments to participate in. Holy moly! Oh, and did I mention it's also available on consoles? I know. Can I download it with the link in the description? Yeah, and during registration,
Armored
use the
Core.
promo code Azure555 to get a huge starter pack with 500 doubloons, 2.5 million credits, 5 days of premium account time, a premium container, and both commanders Cheshire and Azuma. I will! By the way, I got you this jacket while time traveling. I'm sorry for not listening to you and disregarding you, causing you to have the image of a buffoon. You aren't the bumbling roommate Minnesota guy. Thank you for the apology. I feel a little better, and thank you for the gift. That was thoughtful. Hey, wait a second. Okay, Gavin, you can live with us. Sorry, Rocky Mountain guy, you're being evicted.
Mango
Gavin's
banana.
moving into your room in the attic.
So Zeb will leave the room when he hears a specific part of Samuel's dialogue that sounds like this. This indicates the line is ending and it's okay to leave, and worth noting that this run is done with the Italian dialogue files. Italian is the fastest language to play in because it has the fastest dialogue, with French being second fastest. Zeb's now approaching an NPC named Taylor, who he's going to do another dialogue skip with in the same fashion. He walks up to hit the trigger for the dialogue, then backs up so that the subtitles are lined up with the bottom of this silver part of the floor, putting him just out of range so the dialogue gets stopped. He then walks back forward until his crosshair is just before an imaginary line that you can draw between the top of these two rectangles on the ground, which puts him just before Taylor's trigger. He lines up his crosshair on another imaginary line at the midway point of the top portion of this door, and as soon as the door starts closing and passes his crosshair, he's going to walk forward to the door and look down. As soon as the door opens and passes his crosshair again, he walks backwards to hit Taylor's trigger right as she resets, causing the last line of her dialogue to play, saving around 26 seconds. Zeb waits for the objective to update before exiting the door to not cancel the dialogue, and heads down the hall to check to see where Samuels is at, since Samuels is supposed to walk this way and there's variance to where he can be. Zeb is going to walk ahead of Samuels and for Samuels so that he doesn't have to stop and wait for it to open, then heads a bit more down the hall to a second time for Samuels. The only thing that's left to do now in Mission 1 is annoy Connor, an NPC who, because of the sequence breaks Zeb is going to be doing, has one line of dialogue in the entire run before he dies. One line of dialogue and then dying. That's how I want to go. Actually, that's a lie. I've said for over a decade that I want to go out by being hit by a blimp. Not like a blimp crashing into the ground and killing me in the process. Just me walking down the road and a blimp flies really low behind me and hits me from behind and flies away. No other casualties. That's the dream. Zeb is going to interact with the prompt to finish this mission as soon as it becomes available. He doesn't spam the prompt though, since that can cause a minor soft block and lose a few seconds. So the game normally takes place over the span of 18 missions, but in this speedrun, there's going to be some major sequence breaks. You see all these missions here? Cut it! Cut that garbage. Zeb is going to be skipping a ton of missions in this run, so the only ones he's actually going to play through are these. More on how he actually skips these missions in a bit. Also, if you'd prefer a run that doesn't skip all this, I've linked the 2-hour, 28-minute world record of the all missions category by Shuriko in the description. Also, this run was brought to you by my patrons. Thank you, patrons. They voted on and selected this run to be covered on the channel, which is something you can participate in as well by joining at patreon.com/tomatoes. More on that at the end of the video. So after skipping the cutscene between missions, Amanda Ripley is now on the Sebastopol, a ship that's believed to contain the flight recorder from her mother's ship, meaning if she can find the flight recorder, she can have closure regarding her mother. Zeb's main objective for Mission 2 is to get to a tram as fast as possible, and right away he takes the spacesuit off since he can't progress with it on. He holds back and right while taking off what he once wore to quickly activate and go through a grocery store motion door where he'll walk a bit before looking to the floor to ignore a trigger for an explosion jump scare. That was supposed to say jump scare. After looking down, he's then going to enter and waddle through a vent to progress through the area. This vent is super linear, so he mostly just focuses on his lines here and being tight around the corners.
Where'd that guy go?
Outside the vent, he's going to walk across a metal Little League bleacher seat to cross a gap, and he'll look down while doing so and crouch the moment his crosshair crosses a dark spot. The dark spot is a visual cue for when he hits a cutscene trigger where Ripley falls, and crouching before entering the cutscene causes him to technically be crouched during the cutscene and then exit the cutscene crouch. This loses a bit of time since he can't immediately sprint after the cutscene, but it makes up the time it loses and then some when he crouches to go through a TSA baggage check after rounding a corner, since Ripley won't do her typical pause for a moment after crouching. This is because he was crouched for longer than 1 second as the cutscene played out, and being crouched for 1 second or longer gives you the pre-crouch state, where you can immediately crouch/slide under objects. He's gonna pre-crouch before pretty much any time he enters a vent or low crouch space. So Zeb grabbed a flare right after the cutscene, with there being a guaranteed flare spawn where he gained control, and through the run he's looking for flares and shotgun shells to spawn in random item spawn locations. At the bottom of this ladder was a random spawn that didn't have either, and the room at the top has 2 random spawns that also ended up having neither flare nor shell. Finding a shotgun shell in this category is like getting a Snapchat from a girl as a speedrunner. It rarely happens, but is incredibly valuable and treasured. I'm back, bitches. Term of endearment. So here Zeb is supposed to interact with a generator and a terminal to open a door, but instead he's going to use the main glitch of the run. Crouch clipping, CC for short. So when you crouch up and down, for some reason, your position gets displaced, and spamming crouch up and down allows you to clip and phase through some walls and doors like you're a character in a movie no one saw. Pretty much you hump the door and the door lets you through. Crouch clipping is kinda a rhythm thing. It's not just scrolling the mouse wheel as fast as you possibly can.
I need to use Semtex, I never do.
Each door has a different scroll speed required to clip through. This specific CC skips the generator and terminal I mentioned and saves 15 seconds, but we're going to be saving a lot lot more time with them very soon. Two things worth mentioning. Before he humps this specific door, there's an invisible barrier that's in the way that only disappears after this line of Ripley's ends and the objective updates, so Zeb has to wait for that before clipping. The second thing is that while he waits for this line to end, he's going to crouch to set up another pre-crouch in the second or so it takes for the invisible barrier to disappear. He has to set up another pre-crouch because pre-crouches kind of build up like charges. He set up pre-crouch earlier during that falling cutscene, but then expended the charge when he went through TSA. So here he sets it up again while waiting for the barrier to disappear so that when he begins to CC, he doesn't stop moving for a moment. This CC saves around 15 seconds and is one of the hardest clips in the entire game.
Oh my god,
for this
I
run,
really did
Zeb
it
got
to
an
him.
insanely
I really
clean
did it
clip
to
on
him.
it, getting through the door around a
did the
second
thing.
faster than a typical good clip. He runs past this wire.
One
which has a
mechanic
chance
in
to
this game
zap
that
him,
nobody
but getting
uses.
zapped is alright since he can heal later on with a med kit. He checks for flares and shells here, finding none, and clips through this door's gap as it opens. He hangs a right here and then does 2 CCs in a row on some doors, which are considered to be 2 of the easiest clips in the entire game. They're what new runners start with when they're learning crouch clipping. Quick, remember where we are, remember where we are. Up these stairs, he'll clip through a shutter between the U and the word out.
He knew I was
This puts
there,
him out of
what?
bounds on top of part of the level, where he drops in a specific spot to hit a trigger to activate a cutscene, skipping him to near the end of the mission. He leans to the side while falling, since leaning cancels out all fall damage. Also, that clip combined with the 2 right before it save over 9 minutes, skipping most of this mission. So he's now waiting for a tram to arrive and the mission to come to a close, which normally takes around 1 minute and 5 seconds, but there's actually variation in how long it can take to arrive, so lots of any % runs are just sitting and praying for fast tram times, which according to Zeb is what he does best. While waiting, he shows off a little gimmick where he can move and lean at the same time by leaning while attempting to ignite a flare. Anyway, I know it's pretty early in the video to be doing this, but while he waits for the tram, I'd just like to say, as always, that I hope you're all doing well. If you're not, then please remember, as always, that no feeling is final. How you're feeling is not definitive, and you will not feel that way the rest of your life, nor are you defined by those feelings. Feelings of dread or despair are just where you are, and not who you are. There is a tomorrow, and whatever you're going through cannot take that away from you. You are so much stronger than you know or give yourself credit for, and whatever you're facing, you can get through it. Back to the run, as soon as he's able to, Zeb CCs through the doors as they open like there's a Black Friday sale happening in the tram, which brings him to the next mission. When he loads into mission 3, he's going to pre-crouch while waiting for the tram doors to open. So Zeb had to do all of mission 2 since getting to the end of that mission is the fastest way to gain access to other areas of the game. At the start of mission 3, you can call trams to other areas in the game, which Zeb will do right away with a tram to Solomon's Habitation Tower, which is an area you normally head to after mission 10. While he waits for the tram to arrive, he's going to do a quick loop to take a brace off a door and check a body for good loot. In this run, he only ended up finding a medkit that always spawns on the body. He'll use the medkit right away to top off his health while waiting for the tram since he done got zapped by that wire earlier. So, like I mentioned, he's taking a tram to an area that he's normally not supposed to go to until way later in the game. He's mainly going to this area to get a shotgun, since he needs a weapon for dealing with facehuggers later. Going to this mission 10/11 area this early is something you're able to do casually. You can go there really at any time, except you're typically just stuck in an area hub that's gated off from the rest of the level by closed doors. That's where crouch clipping comes in. Normally when you CC, you really don't scroll for long, mostly just short scroll bursts. In this area though, he has to clip through a shutter with an invisible wall in front of it, so 2 back-to-back clips, and clipping through both the invisible wall and the shutter requires a longer scroll. He's going to stand next to some Samsonites and move parallel to the shutter while scrolling to slowly clip through the invisible wall, and then is able to turn past the luggage and continue clipping to get through this shutter into the mission 11 area. Having free scroll on your mouse really helps with this, but you can also roll your mouse upside down, which is something referred to as the race car or the Aussie strat. This clip is pretty awkward to perform. Also, he holds forward and right, which gives him a smoother exit to the clip once he gets through the shutter. Zeb is technically out of bounds despite it all being loaded. This area shouldn't be accessible right now. Just up here, he clips through the grate, which is the easiest thing to clip through in the entire game. Through the grate, he's now on his way to an elevator that he'll ride to the space flight terminal. Funny enough, the space flight terminal is part of mission 2, which he skipped when he clipped out of bounds and dropped into the trigger. But it's only because he's now finished mission 2 that the game has progressed to a point where a shotgun is now spawned in that area. Going to this area and getting this shotgun is something you're supposed to do in mission mission 11, so right now he's already sequence breaking the game. But hold on to your pantaloons because it's going to break a lot more very soon. Here, Zeb crouches a few steps before this door, so he pre-crouches and is able to clip through with CC. If you don't pre-crouch, then you don't phase through the wall, you just dither up and down. Through this door on the left, he's going to pick up the shotgun through some fencing to warp to it and grab it without needing to walk the extra 3 steps around the corner. Neat little optimization. Now equipped with a weapon for the facehuggers later, he'll begin making his way farther back into this area, heading towards the main mission 2 area that he was in earlier. Remember when I said 4 minutes and 20 seconds ago to remember where we were? Quick, remember where we are, remember where we are. Well, around the corner up here, he's going to be in a hallway where he'll climb under and through some objects. And at the end of that hallway, he's going to be at the T intersection that he was at when I told you to remember where we were. There he's going to clip through one of the doors he clipped through earlier to get back to the concourse looking area. In that area is a door he passed by earlier that he's now going to clip through, which will lead into mission 18. You can actually head straight to mission 18 from mission 2, but there's no known way to get through mission 18 without some sort of item to kill the facehuggers. This is why he finished mission 2, so that a shotgun would spawn, which he then picked up while returning to the mission 2 area to get to mission 18. So after kicking the frick out of this garbage can, he runs up to a door ahead while lighting a flare. After performing the difficult CC through this door ahead, he'll be confronted with another door right after that he's going to CC through as well, which is the most difficult clip in the entire run. That is, unless you throw a flare down at the base of the door. For some reason, that makes this clip like butter when it's normally insanely hard, and no one is too sure why. The clip put him into an elevator, which brings him straight to mission 18. The game automatically assumes that you've completed everything through mission 17, and you're put straight into mission 18, complete with now having mission 18 objectives. So pretty much in the story of the game, Ripley arrived to the Sevastopol
How is it
looking for the flight
contested?
recorder, and after going for an elevator ride in her search, the station is falling apart and there's now fire everywhere. Also, there's aliens on board, and she skipped the flight recorder. Here he's going to run up to some terminals and do a specific lineup while inching forward and spamming interact, which sort of clips him into being able to interact with the terminal despite not having a tuner. He spams inputs after finishing, which makes Ripley put away the tuner earlier, and from this point on, the alien in the level is active. Take note of how Zeb is strafing right as he moves to this other terminal. He has to hack via a similar clipping method that he just did. The strafing is something called silent running, which is the piece of tech that's most easily abusable in casual playthroughs. Due to an unfinished animation with Ripley's character model, if you strafe right and walk, your footsteps don't make noise, and you can run without noise if you strafe right while running and tapping crouch periodically. Side note, Zeb walks while passing the working Joe on the ground and looks at it, since if it's not on screen at all when you're near it, it grabs you and you lose time. Anyway, silent running absolutely trivializes the game as the alien can no longer hear you and getting around is easier, meaning that you don't linger in areas as much with the alien searching for you and the alien never gets too aggressive. So in order to gain access to the full map, Zeb has to activate a terminal identical to the one he just did, which he's silent running to right now. Once he activates this terminal, 2 aliens spawn in the map, one who has a long scripted animation and one who has a short scripted animation and then lingers downstairs. He now has to head back downstairs and will pass one alien just ahead who isn't active yet and you can just sprint past. Zeb is normal running here, and when he gets near the bottom of the stairwell, he begins silent running and taking a very tight line to go around the pathing of the downstairs alien, which is currently running past him to go upstairs where it last heard him. This causes the 2 aliens to crash into each other like the North Tower hit the South Tower. Wait, that doesn't make sense. When he interacts with this lever here, the aliens, which the speedrunning community referred to as Steves, despawn in the level, so if he's made it to this point, he's safe, although there is a scripted jump scare here. This brings us to a stretch of the run that Zeb described to me as, quote, the most depressing, god-awful part in speedrunning ever, unquote. I'm gonna pause for a moment to set the stage for this part of the run because, it's something. So we're in the final mission, mission 18, which getting to on good pace is difficult enough. Keep in mind through the run, Zeb has had to do multiple crouch clips, with some being incredibly difficult, and is also at tight windows on things like getting the lineup just right for hacking without the tuner, which if failed would require restarting the mission. So getting to this point in the run alone is already incredibly difficult, and to do so on world record pace is even nuttier. I don't like to be hyperbolic, but man, is what Zeb about to speedrun one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen. To start, you're able to move forward while the screen is black while you're gaining control during the scripted cutscene. If you move forward, you can bump into a nearby egg which spawns a facehugger which kills you during the black screen. So if you're not focusing right off the bat, you'll just get the black screen followed by a death screen. After he gains control, he's going to grab a nearby flare for something later on, and that flare, it typically spawns, but not always, and then he's going to take out his shotgun as some facehuggers round a corner at him. It's the facehuggers that make this mission so horrible. If you look right here, Zeb only has 4 shotgun shells, which is the normal amount of shotgun shells to have at this point. The shotgun only comes with 4 shells, and while you can technically find more throughout the run, in his hundreds of attempts of this category, Zeb has only found additional shells a handful of times. Like, literal handful. So you typically only have 4 shots, and you have 6 facehuggers to kill, and you have to kill all of them. The first 2 facehuggers come at him down this corridor, and he has to kill both of them with 1 shot. Only issue is that they aren't guaranteed to be near each other and killable in 1 shot. How neat is that? They often like to spread out and just make it impossible to hit them both with 1 shot due to how narrow the shotgun spread is. So if that happens, the run is over. So not only do you have to get super lucky with the facehuggers grouping up at one point, but you also have to time and land the shot during the short window where the facehuggers group up. Zeb is going to look to try and kill them when they're passing this egg, since if they converge, it'll usually be around there. These huggers aren't even the bad part though, this is just the beginning. If Zeb is able to clear out these facehuggers just fine, then once he crosses this point on the ground, another facehugger is going to spawn at a random point of time. Zeb is going to listen for the facehugger screech, which is the indication that it's spawned. Ideally, he hears it when he's passing through this doorway, with anything after that being considered a late spawn. Zeb intends to use this random spawning facehugger for something called a hugger boost, and if it spawns too late, then he has to stop and wait for it to catch up. So if you're in a confined space like a vent or this pathway Zeb has to crouch through, and a facehugger tries to latch onto you from behind, then you get pushed forward. The huggers have collision and they want to latch onto your face, so if they latch from behind, they move forward trying to get to your face as part of their attack animation. Because they have collision though, you get pushed forward really fast until they appear in front of you and complete their attack animation, killing you. Zeb plans to do a hugger boost here to save a few seconds of walking, but he has to be sure to kill it before it completes its attack. This means that he has to hit it with a shotgun blast during these few frames where it's on screen. Like, this is those few frames at full speed. This is how short of a span Zeb has to land the shot. To time it out, he'll click to shoot while the boost is happening, which hopefully times it out so that the shot actually comes out while the hugger is on screen. Zeb said to me that he doesn't really have a concrete timing to this. He mostly just clicks during the boost and prays that the timing is correct. You may be thinking, wow, how wildly irresponsible of this world record speedrunner, relying on the power of prayer rather than figuring out and perfecting the required execution to properly time this shot every time. And I'd agree with you if it weren't for the fact that there's so much that can go wrong with this hugger boost. The hugger can be too fast, which causes you to boost just like a centimeter. This throws off the timing of the shot. The hugger can be too slow, which makes you boost into the flames and die. This also throws off the timing of the shot, but you're also on fire. The hugger can boost you into an object with collision, making you unable to shoot. This, there's no shot at all. This and more run-ending possibilities are possible for you too if you run Alien Isolation any %. Call me right now, please. The strat is just janky overall. Also, Zeb is going to make sure he's aiming relatively up, since if you aim lower, the hugger will try to reach where you're aiming but gets blocked by the collision of the floor, putting it above where you're aiming. So say you're able to kill the 2 facehuggers at the start with 1 shot, and kill the facehugger after the boost. That's 3 facehuggers down with 3 to go, but only 2 shots remaining. The next hugger spawns shortly after where you end up with the hugger boost, and Zeb's goal is to look up and right and shoot the hugger while it's up there. Like I mentioned earlier, huggers have collision, and if you kill one in front of you, there's a chance its dead body can block your path. So if Zeb makes it to this hugger, he looks up and right so that the hugger tries to latch onto his face coming from that direction. So that way when he tries to kill it, it's out of his way over there. If you're able to make it this far, as Zeb puts it, you've got half the battle done, because killing the last 2 facehuggers with 1 shotgun shell is that tough. They're by far the most luck-dependent part of this entire run, but they're not for a bit, so let's see how this segment with the first 4 huggers played out for Zeb.
Been in the cooler this whole time, man.
Really been in the cooler?
Yeah.
Alright, I got you.
Oh. What the fuck? I didn't even... Yo.
What's up, brother?
I'm live again right
So
now.
after the fourth hugger, Zeb throws a flare ahead to a spot where two Steves are
You're
supposed to
what?
appear, and you
You're
hide
locked
until they
in
go
what?
away.
I'm live
Throwing the
again
flare
right
or
now.
firing a weapon in a specific
Oh, okay.
window causes the second Steve to
Just
not drop
playing
down,
COD
and Zeb can then
vibing.
just sprint past the first Steve while it's completing a 20 or second so
Okay.
animation. In 26 seconds, he'll clip
Chilling.
through a ladder instead of climbing down it, since ladders are kind of like
My
walls
birthday
if you
today.
think about it hard enough. And similar to earlier, he leans as soon as he clips through to negate fall damage. If you don't lean within half a
Really,
second of starting to fall,
cherishing.
then you enter the falling animation and die. This trick is a big hurdle for newer
26.
runners since clips are unreliable with how fast they happen, so you have to be ready to lean within half a second of starting to clip or even
Look like
5
I'm
seconds
cheating.
after starting to clip. And also because new runners won't know exactly where
How
the clip
good you
works at
doing?
on the ladder until they practice.
Yeah,
Up
dude,
here,
I'm
he'll bury
hitting
himself in the
crazy
corner on the right
headshots.
while a tram passes by, both making sure the tram
And
is
I've been
coming
like
and
shooting
putting
people
him
through
closer
the
to path
walls
he has
because
to
I
take.
track
Also,
them
this
so
spaceship
well.
is big enough to have a
For the armored
what
core,
the
bro.
fuck? Zeb is trying to move smoothly despite difficult terrain and cuts across to the left here to keep moving and not wait for this tram to pass. He's then going to drop down into a hole in the ground and begin climbing up the ladder to get out, which initiates a scripted moment of Ripley almost going to the way of someone who climbed the fence at an amusement park.
Dude.
After
Yo,
he
your
climbs up the ladder is
FOV
then
is
the most
insane.
horrible part of the run.
I don't know if
the
that's
other
my
two
FOV
face
or
huggers.
theirs.
When he climbs into a vent ahead,
Does
the
it?
final two
Does
huggers
it
will
carry
come
over
whipping
when
around
you?
a corner.
Oh no! It
They
looks
come out
looks
into
bigger
the
because he
race
had that
and like
silence on
split
too.
apart. It's entirely luck-based. If the face huggers don't come out together, then the run is dead
It
on the
didn't-
spot.
okay,
and you may as
in
well
that- in that
reset when you
cam, it
see
did
just
not
one
look as
face
big as
hugger
the
around the
gameplay.
corner. Plus,
Yeah.
even when they
When
do
you
come out
activate
together, you
that,
have to aim and shoot in a specific.
That tactical device, dead silence. You get a different POV. That shit on the left.
Spot.
And then
So
you get,
even
like,
with good
whooshes.
spawns, you have to just hope you hit your mark.
Oh
So
God,
keep
I
in
don't- I
mind that in
shouldn't
order
have
to get a
picked
that.
world
Just like
record
this
pace
map
run in this
a lot.
category, you have to get everything
Well,
else
I
I've gone
think
over so
Warzone.
far on world record pace, and then you have to get the luck of something that took 15 minutes of straight
Not
attempts to get
Warzone, no.
once. Here Zeb CC's
Well, I
into the
remember
ladder
after this,
instead of
yeah.
grabbing
After
it,
this
causing him
game.
to hit the scripted fall trigger
Oh
slightly
my-
faster than if he
shouldn't
interacted
have
with the
stayed
ladder.
there.
That was a
This
great
trick
drop
also
shot.
took several attempts for Zeb to get, and pretty much from where the huggers first made an appearance to now, the past 2 or 3 minutes of the run is where most runs die.
Freaking-
Nothing like an insanely optimized
I'm gonna
speed
turn
run
off
where the
this
game throws.
video. Just chill and talk to you. Better than having that background noise. It was interesting. I was watching a alien speed run.
Since this is a chill VOD session, I'm down to show you a video.
Oh, yeah, I would play Armored Core right now, but like that game, like really, like that shit's just. I need to shift gears for that. This I'm still popping off, and I'm like in first gear. I'm just chilling. This dude, these dudes were trying to talk shit to us because like I joined a search and destroy match late, and then I was like the third one, and it was 6v3, and they were talking shit to us and shit, and told him to suck my dick, blah blah blah, and then this nigga tried to tell me hold his pocket. I was like, you don't got no pockets, you wear a skirt, nigga. And then his whole team was like, oh shit.
I'm laughing at all that. I have all those is just comebacks. Come back, come back, come back, come back.
The comeback, how it says that when I kill somebody?
No.
Oh.
Hold my pocket.
Oh.
You hold my pocket. You don't got no pockets. You wearing a skirt.
And then they like what's crazy is my team left and I was 1v6 after that. and I took down 3. They all swarmed me in one building, and I fucking, and like when I killed each of them, I heard them calling me out and everything. I'm like, yo, these niggas, they talk shit, but they're trying so hard. And it's a 6v3, and now it's a 6v1. They're still trying, and I took down half of them. Holy, I saw that fucking bullet. That wasn't a very fast bullet though. Oh my god, I heard him.
This guy explains the dichotomy of control through a Shaolin way, not through a stoic way.
Yo! I got you.
Oh my god, you just going off.
That was a 180.
Bro, they gonna think you cheating, bro.
Bro, yo, nah, deadass last night, somebody, like, I like, went up the stairs and turned around, and then, oh my god. And then I deadass looked at a wall, and I went around it, because I was like, oh, I thought the doorway was there. I went around it to the doorway, the dude was actually still there. And I heard them in game chat like, oh, this nigga's cheating. I'm like, yo, oh my god. I don't even know how I got that last dude just now. I guess he just choked, because he should have killed me. Or I really jumped over his bullets. Hold up, I'm gonna put on the video right now. My bad. Dichotomy of control.
The next philosopher is Epictetus, and he talks about the dichotomy of control, which is the understanding of the things that are outside
Want me to make
of
it
our
bigger?
control and what is inside of our control. And he says that we should not give.
You're lucky you got a fucking drum mag,
or,
bitch.
Stress about things outside of our control. But I'd like to know your thoughts on this control.
Should I make it bigger or no? In the corner?
Let me see it.
Take the word control, for example.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I talk
make
too
it
fast,
Make
it
like
also flops out of my words that I use control. But if I properly think about what is actually meant, I would rather replace it by adjust. And why is that? Because if you are controlling something, it still means that that's something you are trying
Wait,
to control.
what?
It's not a part of
The
you.
The UAV literally said he was somewhere else.
Because you control it.
There was only one person left, but the UAV said he was somewhere else. Nah, that's crazy. It said the dude was at the other site.
Two separate areas. I am here, and this is what needs to be controlled. If I'm talking about adjustment,
Oh fuck.
then what I mean is, whatever you try to adjust, you have gathered an understanding for it. You have made it become a part of your perception. And because it has become a part of your perception, a part of your life, let's say, that's why it's one with you. And if it is one with you, then it is something that we can now adjust. Yeah? This is now just because of the wording of the control. And now this idea of outside world, inside world, outside influences, or outside adjustment, or outside control and internal adjustment. There was a time when I used to travel.
How long did it
quite
take
a
you
lot
to get
here
that
to different
operator? Or did you buy him?
countries, visiting different, let's
I got
say,
him season
mainly
1.
businesses it was.
That was the rank
Because
100. For tier
what
100
they
in
wanted
the first
our
battle
Tier
pass.
100 on the battle
monastery
on,
or
on the battle
our
pass, right?
organization
Yeah.
to support with
Oh
a
my
bit
god, bro, you
was that all
grinded.
these employees, all these high managers,
That
they
and
were very stressed.
I mean, when you have it, you level up
Stressed because
faster
of
through
work,
it.
like the
And
real
I had it
heavy
for free because there was a
business
thing like
environment.
if you have it
So
from
they
if
asked
you have
us, "So what
Comcast,
is
then you
our
got the first
advice?"
battle pass free.
And sometimes when we went there, we asked them, okay, write please on a piece of paper, what is it actually that ultimately is stressing you so much? And so
My
people
brother saw it,
always
he was like,
they
"Yo,
had
he
that
got the
small
Cuban."
survey, and so at the end, we had a collection of a lot of different things written on the paper. What are the stressors that in this business world, for example, is stressing them? Yeah. Sometimes people say it's the traffic jam in the morning. Sometimes people say it is the deadline. Other people say it is the colleagues at work. Other people say there is the construction site next to my office, which yes. So, but at the end, there were some similarities, but at the same time, what also was just written there black and white was
How many headshots, bro?
different people have different reasons.
This is the
why
dopest
they are
fucking
stressed.
stream
That is the
ever.
one conclusion. So what it means is
You got a Shaolin master on
It's
your
not
screen
correct to
right
say
now while
that
you're destroying people on, I don't know
traffic
what,
jam
just aiming them
is
down.
stress.
Like, what?
no.
This is my gun now, bro.
Just triggers something
Turn it down.
inside of you. Why you feel stressed? Because other people are in the traffic jam, they don't feel stressed. Other
Oh, you're
people
going off, bro. What are
receive a
you
message,
up to,
they
bro?
don't get stressed. Another
Yo, you're-
one, he
what are
receives
you-
the same message,
Right now.
but he gets
You're going
stressed. So
crazy.
what do I want
Oh,
to
this is
point
the
out
map
is
to go crazy
that
in, though.
apparently if somebody feels
One of 'em.
stressed,
I go crazy sometimes,
it's
yeah.
something very personal.
Oh.
So that automatically
Oh no, there's two of them.
the
Got that guy,
external
though.
circumstances that
No, there was
are
3.
the
I was
stress
surrounded.
that are causing the stress. They might be triggering something. They are triggering something that internally, inside of you at the moment, is not adjusted properly, or maybe is not aligned in the proper way to deal with that external impulse. Let's say it like this.
I always get assists though. I hit my
And-
shots every fight.
Of
So
course,
somebody else
there is
gets
this
them.
idea. Well, why I mention it, that the stress is not coming from the outside. This is like, what is my conclusion? What I want to point out.
Shouldn't have
I
kept
want to
spraying
say
at him.
everything that is disturbing to you is not because of this outside world.
The inside.
It's because something inside of you is not properly aligned. But we can play this game. Meaning, let's just say someone has
Oh, he was
all
right below my
financial
eyesight.
possibilities. So money is not an issue.
Brox, do you hear feedback? If not, if yes, I will
And
turn
you
the
are
Discord
trying
sensitivity up.
to fix
Nah,
everything in the
I don't hear any
external world,
feedback at all.
Okay.
which is causing stress to you. Which means, for example,
Shake it off.
you use all of
You actually got a silent
Good.
viewer right now. My boy Matt is watching.
Word.
you are using
He
all
used to be a
of
gamer,
that money,
so
for example,
he's into this.
and try, first of all, let's say, exactly. You're trying to make a program that is
do a flick me.
filtering out all the emails that you are receiving in the inbox with all
No,
kinds
he's going
of
crazy,
messages
dude.
that you don't like to read, or actually that have a
It's
content
like 5 kills, dies.
you already know.
Damn,
would
bro. Now I'm
cause
getting
something
double
to
teamed every
like
corner I jump.
So how will it be? What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, you're getting double teamed.
Spam filters. You're gonna have a blacklist. So you can do
Mm.
everything in order to
Yo.
try and
Okay,
control.
These guys
what
got
message is going
warmed
to
up
arrive
now.
in
They
your
were
inbox.
cold before, I guess.
And now I ask you,
Ah,
do you really think you can control with all of these technological advancements?
come on, guys. We gotta control this point with
Do
all
you
our
really
technological
think you can
advancements,
control
bro.
Who is going to send you which email, with what content and at what time. I also don't think this is possible. Now sometimes people say the people around me are stressing. Okay, let's control the people around me.
shit.
Let's take the best example.
These guys really got
Think
warmed up
about
now or something.
The
They were
person
not playing like that
is
5 seconds ago.
closest to you and that also knows you the best. Might be one of your brothers, might be one of your sisters, could be your parents, could be a good friend. Just think about that person. Does that
Oh,
person
the fucking brick or the flower ate those bullets,
always
bro. That's
say
crazy.
the things, or do the things, or behave in the way how you expect this person to behave or do?
Oh, I just heard.
Okay.
I just
So
heard
what is
feedback
it
now that I was
we are talking
yelling.
about? We are talking about the closest person in your life. The closest one is even not in 100%, not even 50%.
These guys, bro.
The way how you
going
imagine
crazy.
him or expect him to be. Yeah, and now we're talking about the society where
Required down
other
Discord.
people, you saw them for the first time. So why should they behave in a way how someone personally expects? Now it's not family, now it's getting farther. It's just colleagues that you work with in a certain time. Then maybe it is like the neighborhood that you are living in. Then sometimes you meet people from the city area. So the more far away we get, what does it mean? The less influence.
That movement was crazy.
So the idea of trying to change a human being out there,
Do you hear any
I
feedback now?
also think it's waste
Nah.
energy.
I only heard it when I yelled earlier.
And so we were talking on the one side about
Yeah, I don't hear
trying
anything now.
to use
Why is he waiting
technology
there?
to control the external world. Then we were talking about trying to control human beings in the external world. And in both cases, I come to the conclusion it's not working. So there's
Need a
no
million
only
hit
one
markers.
thing again that remains. Because apparently the stress and the worry
You need a screenshot
and the
the
fear.
stream, dude. This is the
arises
craziest thing I've ever
somewhere.
I've never seen a stream like this, bro.
And that somewhere is individually.
You got a
always
Shaolin
inside
master
one
on your screen spitting bars. And you're going
part
bananas
sometimes
with a
about
gun.
this world. You know, when you are sad, the sadness sits inside of you. When you worry about something, it's your worry.
My
Other
worry.
people around you
I'm not
maybe
worried about anything
see
right
the
now.
issue too, but
Honestly.
they don't worry. You worry.
You worried about anything right now?
But nevertheless,
But you got
we
legitimate stuff
try
to worry about.
fix this issue. We try to look for the solution.
But you know, it's your
Not
worry.
inside of you. We try
I'm
to
not
find
worried,
it
though.
out there. And
He's
this
not
is
worried,
what I
though.
think is
But he ain't even
beautiful
worried though.
idea.
I'm not even worried though. This is out of my control.
At least in our tradition, why we think this self-reflection
I ran out of ammo and that sticky bomb is right in my face.
is a very helpful method, let's say, in order to
Oh my
really
god. You take
reflect
all of them down?
about
Yeah, I
yourself.
took all of them out. I can't even believe I had
Look
ammo in my fucking
inside
magazine,
yourself.
honestly.
Because all of these things, all
All of
of
them
these
except for
emotional
one, I
states,
think, that
they
was still
all
at the
take
bottom.
place inside of you. So if you want to adjust something about the way how you feel,
Yeah.
the way how we feel, it's inside of us that we need to find the right
Tech 9,
points
baby.
to trigger
That-
inside
I used to
of
like
you.
that rapper.
Because
Now I just like the gun.
yeah, there's that really nice saying. Yeah?
What's your
If there
secondary?
is something
That's the
that
Tech
you
9, that's
can
what I was mentioning.
to 100%
Oh my
adjust and
god.
control in this life, it can only be yourself. If there is something which is
The metal
100%
eats bullets,
in
the
your
metal eats
control,
bullets.
it must be yourself. What else should it be? And so if you think there is a possibility to master something, to take responsibility of something,
Wait, okay,
then
they're
I think
under.
it must be related first of all to your being. And therefore, yes, we talk
As
about
soon as I look down.
internal world, external world. But you know, this is so, it is so close related
What, here?
with each other.
Ooh, look at
That
his Tech 9
ultimately,
though.
you know, you can't live in only one of these. Let's put it like that. In the way how we talk, we say the internal world, yes, the external world. The external causes me stress, so maybe some people now might think, the one from Shaolin, he said,
How am I
so
live?
you should take care
I
of the
don't know.
internal, meaning not taking care of the external. This is not what I said. I said, also look here from time to time. But ultimately, it is impossible to even separate those two from another. Because whether something is internal or external only depends on where you are placing, let's say, the mind. Because while I'm sitting here,
Stupid grenade in my hand.
I can try and figure out what type of emotional state am I in. Yeah? So it means while I'm looking at you, while we drink tea, I can still with my mind actually do something else. To be inside of me. But still, our conversation is going on. At the same time, it can also mean that inside something is cultivating, I just don't pay attention to it. Instead, I pay more attention to the outside. I pay more attention to how the tea tastes. So that means it still is always there.
Oh, that's how you do
Internal,
that.
external, it still is
Hey,
there all the
my
time.
boy Matt just
It's
asked
just
if
that
you
we
could
as
stream the
humans
Call of Duty
have this
campaign.
ability to sometimes
I have
switch.
no interest in playing the campaign,
Sometimes
sorry.
pay attention. Okay, now you want to pay attention to the external a little bit more. Okay, do it. Sometimes then, but we turn back. Now the external, you let it stand still. You move
I don't even think
internal.
I finished it myself.
And then you find
Was it any
the
good?
balance
The parts that you did? Or no?
that what you have on the inside
Yeah, there were some cool missions. I really liked
reflects
this one
one-on-one
mission that was
on the outside.
like a
Then
secret
there
op
is no internal and
where you go in
external
night
anymore.
vision and
There is
everything,
just
and you have like just a silenced pistol,
that
and you
one
really gotta like sneak
state
around
of
a
being.
whole estate with multiple different buildings,
There's-
garden,
Yes,
house,
we're not
mansion,
switching
everything.
worlds anymore. It's just that
And
one
it was a really
type
cool
of,
mission.
let's
That's
say,
the one that sticks out to me.
experience. And this is something
That kind
can
of
be
reminds me of
practiced.
Splinter Cell.
It felt like a
order
real
to
stealth mission, bro.
connect.
Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
You first must
reminds
know
me of Hitman,
what is there
because especially
existing that
Hitman
can
2.
be connected.
Hitman 2 was my first like real stealth game besides like Sly Cooper, which is a kid's game. But like when I played Hitman 2, I couldn't get past the first level, and the first level was going to like a mobster's estate, and like your first job is to like figure out how to get in. Oh, there's a dude who's delivering flowers, and then you could like knock out that dude and take all his clothes and stuff and deliver the flowers yourself. And it took me forever to figure all that stuff out. But yeah, that like it's like a villa, like it reminds me of that. Is there a mission like that in Splinter Cell? Cause I never played all of them. I only played a couple. I don't remember clearly enough.
I played Splinter Cell Stealth Action Redefined.
Wait, so the first one? That sounds like a marketing tag.
No, I did not play that one. Let me see. Let's see which one I played. This is it. Splinter Cell Conviction.
Conviction, okay. Never
Yep.
played that one. I played the one after that, Blacklist. And then I played a little bit of Chaos Theory because I got it on Steam. But the controls were so fucking weird that like I struggled to stick with it. Trying to break up Bud in between matches.
Connected. And that is an external world and an internal world.
I haven't played the original. You gotta get a console for that. Or a PC.
How would you practice that connection? Getting the connection between the internal and the external?
Now before already, maybe the people don't know, but when we did a little bit, when I showed you some of the training practices, there is something you are doing externally, let's say, of touching that back. It's an external movement.
Oh, he had a
Something people
shotgun,
on the
that's
outside can
why.
see.
He had shotgun
What
shells
they
in the
could
rover.
not
I
see,
thought he really hit those
what
shots
only
on
you
me.
know is how does that what you do there is connected to what you feel in there, what comes up inside of you. Yes? And this is already one expression of there is something you do externally, but it is affecting you on the inside. And no matter what it is, even if you start riding a bicycle, in order to ride a bicycle, you need the sense of balance. There is something that you are doing on the inside. The question is, are you aware of what exactly it is you are doing? And so that's why we say there are so many different methods how to cultivate and how to slowly start establishing this type of connection.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Also like doing only kitchen work, cutting vegetables. Also this, because
I didn't expect him to jump off the fucking roof.
Closed eyes. You know when the knife is touching the vegetable, because it goes hand in hand with a perception of feeling. You know when it's touching. So let's just imagine you're really concentrated. You know when it's touching. And so now, at the same time, you know now how do you properly cut.
Can you lower the stream a little bit, or
and then you do that one slide.
Yeah. Just a
Closed eyes.
Lower
So
by
what
3.
does it mean? It means
now I'm
there
hearing
is something
also
where you
Shingy, not just
feeling
myself.
and action.
Yes, that's powerful.
Internal sensation with movement.
Shaolin
Internal
lungs.
sensation with movement.
Seriously.
This is what we mean when your internal energies are aligned with your another way, and yeah,
That dude was
very
moving.
typical now
Yeah,
for
that dude's
this tradition where like we are coming from is what we call Qigong. Qigong is that method to connect internal and external.
Royal Raven.
Because,
not gonna
for
lie,
example,
Call of
literally
Duty's
translate
fire.
that word of Qi.
Yeah,
many people
I still like
sometimes
it.
try
I mean,
to,
Modern Warfare 3 isn't gonna be much
translate
different
it
from this.
as, energy,
So
which is not wrong, but another
There's
very
a lot. There's
simple
reminds me a lot of
expression
Black Ops
of
too.
Qi is just breath. The breath. The gong is standing for
Like a mix
exercise
of Black
or
Ops 2 and
for
like something else.
work, for exercising, for working, for increasing some skill. So Qigong is breath work, simplified.
Like with the
Why do
UAVs
we
and stuff
say
like that. Like
breath
this
work
reminds me of Black
help
Ops 2.
with
Like,
the connection?
but with like the
It's because
movement,
our
the
breath is the only thing in this complete universe.
everything, the whole
It's
pace,
literally traveling
everything around
always
it,
with
like,
every breath
mechanics,
from
it reminds me
inside
of
world
something else.
to
Like,
outside world.
I don't know, something else.
Because the air, the oxygen comes from there and comes in and is then inside of you. So the air, we say, is that intermediate link
these guys spent
between
money
the
on this game,
internal world
LOL.
and the external world. This is why then, on a later level, sometimes people become spiritual and say,
Have you spent any
Qigong
money
is
on
the
this
key.
game?
No.
Because
Everything
it
I've
is
gotten
that
was
missing
free.
link between the external and the internal.
Even the first
And like
battle
I
pass.
mentioned before, in some conversations, this is why there are existing spiritual Qigong
See, all the way
practices.
back there.
Practices to build up that link.
They left, bro.
It was in a conversation I had with your brother about what is it afterwards when this body is gone. Well, the body at the moment is a carrier, is a vessel through which this energy at the moment is flowing through. So what happens
I remember
if that
Don.
vessel falls apart? I don't know what happens. But if it falls apart,
Well said.
but that amount of energy
my
that you
God.
have cultivated is still existing, it might just search for another vessel
Got a full team now, bro.
to get into another exchange of internal and external. And this is why this Qigong, let's say, is something very, very well known as a spiritual practice on the one side, but also to really just simply get in touch with this idea that you want to take more part in this life. You want to engage more in
Oh, that
living
was
a life.
fire.
How do you do it? The
Yeah, you
easiest
gotta
way.
wow.
Learn how to breathe properly. Learn
Apparently,
to
I have that
use your
too, but I
breath
don't remember
as
unlocking
good
it.
as you can. Learn from resources that are available
Okay.
and learn the practices that go hand in hand with it. Now, sometimes
No way,
I really
Rob.
get a lot of questions that
You
are
just died like
still
that?
based a lot
That happens
like
to me a
on-
lot.
on
Bro, you have the
philosophical
strongest
level.
gun in the game, please.
But at the same time, me myself, when I was in school before, my favorite subjects in school was mathematics,
What gun is that?
physics,
Scar.
chemistry, and
This game is
sport.
called the Tag B.
Because chemistry, physics, mathematics, this is not about imagining
I've gotten killed
something.
with 2 chest shots in that.
This is you have
Not even one to
formula,
the chest, one to the head. Literally.
and if you put
2
one
chest
and one
shots.
together, something comes out.
That's a
If
fucking
you make
sniper
it the
rifle.
second time, same formula, same result comes out. So that means, in a way, very rational, it's very logic. So that means this type of thinking that 1 plus 1 is 2. It's logic, I can follow that
Jesus
thought,
Christ, bro,
it makes
what?
sense of it. I have this inside of me. Which means if somebody comes up and gives me a philosophical question or a philosophical opinion, I think about it. But I really try to get the part out that somehow has to do, let's say, with fantasy world, imagination, illusion. Yeah. So, and why I mention this is because this Qigong, just think about it. From the moment on that we are born, our lungs start to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Until today, our lungs never made a mistake. You have never inhaled one time more than you have exhaled. So that means our lungs already keep a certain rhythm. Looking at our heart, the heart keeps a certain rhythm. This earth never stopped turning. The moon never stopped turning. So one thing I can see is circular movement, repetitive movement, reoccurring movement is part of the world we're living in. And at the same time now, if I think about, okay, people mention Qigong which is breath work. This breath work is very close related to the quality of life. The more chi you nourish, the more chi you have, the more.
See, now you can get the battle pass with the COD points, right? But they added the black cell, which is the premium battle pass. Extra rewards and extra stuff. Look, new tactical pet finishing move, $20 value. Exclusive operator bundle, $20 value, and it's $30. And there's no way to get it if you already have COD points. So say you already spent the money to get COD points, and then you were like, oh shit, wait, but I could get this one, and you can't get it with the COD points you already purchased because you gotta buy it with US currency. And then stuff like this. Another layer to the battle pass. Another way to make money.
The more you can do
another
with it
layer deeper,
in this
another
lifetime.
Paywall.
And now I switch back and think, okay.
I hate this map.
Breath.
You know what? I popped off last time.
Breathing. And now you just look at, you look at our oven down in the basement. If we want to create more heat, if you want to create something more than it is right now, it's not just we need more wood. We need to open the valve more, let more oxygen streams in. If you maybe heard about how people are, let's say, trying to increase the performance of an engine, it also means somewhere along the line you need to have more air intake. More air plus more fuel injection, or however you put it in there, that equals more performance. And so for us humans, it means you need to eat, you need to breathe that amount of necessary air inside of your body, and then the process of creating energy that you then can make useful with your body, then it can start. So you can see all of this chi and energy as something like philosophical, esoteric, but for me it's like it's just like real. It's very logic for me. So, and this is one of my special moments where I actually don't even know anymore what the question was. But I think somehow we probably covered it.
Yeah, you covered the combining the external and
the
It is not things that harm us, it is our interpretation that harms us. It's a very popular Stoic quote, and I think it rings true and relates to what Master Ching Yi is saying. Something I thought was interesting is when he mentioned, I thought this was very interesting in fact, he's talking about expectations. He talks a lot about expectations actually, just in general, but in this talk we had, expectations, expecting people and things to happen or behave a certain way. Well, he said, imagine the person closest to you, your loved one, your spouse, your parents, your friends. This person, you have these expectations, but even them, even these people that are closest to you, they surprise you, they do things out of these expectations. So then he says, then people that aren't close to you, people, random strangers, how can you have this expectation for them to behave a certain way? As Marcus Aurelius says, when you wake up, understand that people may be meddling, may be rude, may be surly. You know, we cannot expect people to fit into a mold for us. There are people that might annoy us, irritate us. There's things in life that happen, these obstacles, these circumstances that we are faced with that can be bad. So when you expect these things in the morning, they don't surprise you and it builds you up to face these challenges. So I hope you enjoyed this talk with Master Ching Yi. If you want to support these projects, what I'm doing, then head over to my website, www.theeverydaystoic.com.
Oh, that lands right behind
you
me.
Can get the Amor Fati t-shirt, the Memento Mori t-shirt, and it just supports what I'm doing so I can do more projects like this. You know, it takes a while, it takes a lot of manpower, time, money to go to these places. Like this one was in Germany, the Shaolin Temple. We stayed there for a while, had all the equipment filmed. You know, it takes a while, but I love it. I love getting this message. I love sharing it with you all, and I know you all enjoy it. So, yeah, your support's greatly appreciated, especially those becoming a member or subscribing to the YouTube channel, or even at the Instagram at The Everyday Stoic, or my Instagram at William Mulligan Brother, where everyone's joining in a Stoic community, sharing their thoughts, their ideas, their beliefs, and I just think it's amazing. So I hope anyone that's not part of that, maybe head over to there and become part of it. And let me know if you do, just leave a comment or a message, and I'll try to get back to you all.
I'm just
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy.
Dude, this whole time, like, my teammates have not done anything for me, honestly.
Dude, what are they doing? Sniping?
One of their team is sniping. I don't know what my team is doing. Like, they're playing off-site, but they're not even going to the next one or fighting for the one that's there. So, what are they doing, really? There we go. A million hit markers, bro. The top of their team. 8 kills. While I'm over here 20, and I'm pretty sure we're losing. Yeah. One of you? Yeah, thanks. Gotta move this guy. Look at him. That was a good video. He interviews them a lot. Like, he'll have multiple interviews with the same person and stuff. Still there?
Hang with the burglars, turn them to murderers. It's John
You are,
Zuckerberg,
I do not hear you, Link.
and I'm off a perkerer. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I have one question.
You been sleeping?
No, I do blow.
I know.
I don't
Okay,
sleep
I'm glad
at
we
all. 4
just get
days
that out in the
on,
open.
2 days off like a nurse.
Right. Is that really working out for you?
I'm a million right now.
You came here at 9 in the morning looking frazzled.
Last time I was here, I wore one outfit
how's
for
he
4
alive,
or 5
bro? I thought I
shows.
killed him
Right.
already.
Now, Gucci.
Gucci. That looks like Versace.
Oh, this one's, yeah, Versace. Roll it again.
No, we're just gonna keep going. That's Versace.
Right.
So, okay.
I got bad blow with Versace.
So my mistake was that I, at the last minute, thought, "Oh, I'm doing a podcast this morning at 9 in the morning."
It was not your mistake.
Let
He
me hit
snaked
up-
you. Steven snaked you.
I had Destiny and Whack 100 scheduled. At the last minute, last night, I'm like, "Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Zerka on that too." Totally forgetting that Destiny has a policy against doing content test. And Destiny.
Did he say why?
Because you've been very disrespectful about his lovely wife.
She's a.
How do you know?
She
How
tried
do
to
they have
me
a
and she's married.
fucking
Oh, Aryanina,
Thingy
Melina,
for-
thirsty over Zerka, YouTube it. It's on footage.
Oh.
Where's the evidence?
It's a stream.
I
How
don't
do they have a
believe that
trophy
any woman that he
system
would
when
entrust
we
with
were
his
the
heart
first
would-
ones to
would
touch
be
the site?
going around trying to sleep with his ops.
Well, that's not really the problem. The problem is that he
Weird.
moves around in the shadows and doesn't tell her what he's doing.
What does he do?
Well, he's not allowed to do certain things like Molly with other girls.
I think that's happened to me before.
It's reasonable.
Oh, for sure.
The rule.
So he does pop Molly even when.
Yeah, he got
Or a
busted
game like
couple
that,
times,
hard
but
point or
now I
something.
guess they're cool.
You're way deeper in the Destiny lore than I am, even though I am a Destiny lover. You're a
Last
Destiny hater.
Remember those black guys who were trying to kill him?
I like that
And
you
he's
said
like,
that.
Zerk, can you protect me? I'm like, there's 4 or 5 of them.
Black guys wanted to kill him.
Your employees were gonna jump the fuck out of that. And yo, and did was I here to protect Steven that day? I came early. You remember that?
You were his security, yes.
And he blocks me from a 2 million fucking viewer. You know, would have done 2 million. He took
shit.
money from you.
I didn't know he
pretending
killed
it's
that
his
guy
platform.
behind me.
I mean, I think it was still a
Bruh.
good episode regardless.
What if-
Now we get to do a separate episode that
Dude,
also
he's
will be good.
blackballed me, rod shows, events, fresh fit, and then they said, nah, without Zerka, we're not getting views. He has to be on, and then he shut the fuck up. You're spineless. You could have said, shut the fuck up. You think he'd have left?
I just wanted to respect his
Smash
wishes.
is fucked, bro.
It's your platform. You just lost a bunch of money.
He's like David Carell.
Destiny and Whack 100 talking, what do they have in common? How's that a collab? I should have been there to say, yo, you're a fucking cuck.
It was hard to find things that they had in common. It was kind
It's
of
a
all
blood
over
and
the
a
place.
crip. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, the blue hair leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Hold on, if someone's willing to catch bullets, black people bullets,
Okay, dude. I
for
wanna do
you,
that.
don't you like owe him an
Gotcha.
episode?
Black people bullets.
Bro, your employees were gonna jump him because he said
No,
something
they
about a woman,
Those
and
guys-
you know what? They were in the right. I'm gonna go kick it with them.
I wanna use meta gun.
What are their names?
I don't know. Those guys already weren't working here, so there was essentially no chance. I don't think that anything was going to happen with Destiny that day. There was
Imagine
no
if
threat
I
upon
was
his
using
life.
meta shit.
But
Then
Yeah,
why
dude.
did he ask me for bodyguard?
because I knew that, but he didn't necessarily know that he was in
18,
safe hands.
22.
Bro, he wouldn't come here alone. I had to do it.
He's a small man.
He's a half man.
He could have been a jockey.
You know why?
Adam
He's not short?
22.
I
Men
can't
without
believe
God,
Adam 22
they're
even
not as
fucks
close
with
to
Zerka.
God
Like,
is there.
I mean, this
He's-
dude
he
Zerka
has
like
no soul
literally
left.
I'm an
says
atheist and I'm quite tall.
Yeah, but
that
you became
he's
an
a
atheist after.
I became an atheist.
You grew
at
up.
like
You grew up in the
12,
church.
13.
You grew up in the
He'd be
church.
like,
He probably did a little
he'd
bit
be
of
like,
church time,
oh,
You went to church
I,
till
John
17.
Zerka,
Okay, this
go
isn't
after
just a
girls
Destiny,
who
let's
are
talk about
No, no, no. The
16.
first hour gotta be about that.
I'm
guy.
a peed.
Did you see there's
It's
a
like,
clip
yo.
where he's doing seal fetish
Fucking-
porn with his wife?
No,
Fucking
dude.
Gucci.
So why have you seen
Why are you
every
even
clip
saying
of
that?
him?
I mean,
choose to
I
respect
love
his
his
seal fetish.
content.
You did.
The highest power level cuck. You don't want to see that? It's a circus.
I was
It's
inspired
like
by
go and
it.
watch.
I completely
midgets.
agree with Destiny about him, where the problem with him is he is a content machine. He is entertaining as fuck. He's charismatic. He has a good voice. He's good looking. He gets bitches. But he's like directionless.
I don't even know who he is.
He was like literally he was like literally the Giga Chad meme before there was a Giga Chad meme, and then he got banned on Twitch. He used to be like just streaming himself like talking to bitches on the Vegas Strip and shit like that. He used to be a bouncer.
It's doing
He would
black
he'll say anything to girls. Like,
Why am I a fan of
you know,
midgets
he's
doing
wild.
blackface? Who
But
isn't?
You're
just
a fan of that? Where
unhinged
have you
now.
seen that?
It's not out there, but if it was, you think we're gonna change the channel? No.
They probably have to put that.
And
on
he's
the dark
definitely addicted to coke.
Point is, we
web.
watch.
Pornhub's not hosting midget blackface.
Adam watches Destiny. Everyone watches Destiny because we want to see the biggest cope. He has the biggest cope life. You can let your girl bang 10 other guys a week.
What
and
the-
she'll still love you. You buy into that?
No way.
She was in the beginning.
10 a
Twitch
week?
gone. Twitch gone.
That's some
She was,
Kazumi
and
shit.
she was proud of it.
Oh, come on. See, this is what he didn't want to be around for, was you badgering his wife and saying terrible things about her. I choose
His
to
wife
believe...
loves me. When we were having beef,
Moral
she
probably
still came to
joined.
collab at Sneako's house with me. We had a blast.
She's her own woman.
A third one.
What is your... like, where did this even come from, though, you and him having this animosity?
I went on Fresh Fit. He absorbed 1,000 new followers. I absorbed
you almost
72,000,
had
broke
that.
a world record. Andrew Tate took a year to do that. Then he spent $1 million
I was
on marketing
peppering
to
him.
fucking get his clips out. So I'm breaking
All
world
right,
records,
I'm back
100
to
million
TikTok. You have a great
fucking
stream, brother.
views
All
on
right, bro.
TikTok.
Have a good night.
I don't even have a fucking TikTok. And so I'm breaking all these records, and he's kind of like, whoa, shit, he's doing what I can't do. it's not taken away from his bread because it's like more of a red pill audience. They're not gonna click on his.
I'm sure he's converted some people.
Popped in the head, bro.
Converted red people
to the blue pill.
Yo, that was a crazy shot.
That's what you think.
Anyone's gonna.
You're saying a truck driver went to a Destiny chat.
Listen, there's some edge cases.
Maybe to run his fucking ass over.
If anyone's gonna convert somebody from the red pill to the blue pill, it's gonna be somebody like Destiny who can, you know, speak the language. And
No, you haven't watched him enough. Most of his community, you know how he calls with their community, meet the people, give them advice.
Okay.
Dude, 80% of his calls are like people on the brink of suicide. And so, do you like StarCraft? And he gives like, are you playing enough StarCraft? He gives like the worst advice.
He's talking them down on the
No, he's not.
I wanted to unalive myself before I found Destiny's content.
What does that mean?
Kill myself.
Do us a favor, man. Get it done. But seriously, man, you weren't mad he took away 2 million hits from you? That's life-changing.
We're going to get 2 million views on this, and we're going to get 2 million views on the Whack and Destiny episode.
Why do you look so confident? You've went through a media hellstorm, and you look more confident than last time.
Oh, I feel great, yeah.
What drugs?
I got a little bit of Celsius Arctic Blast or some shit right here. That was
I could tell because you were tweeting so much.
Yeah.
You want more people to talk shit. It's making you rich.
You get it.
How much?
You get it. We're doing great. Yeah.
No. Forget the porn. Just the controversy. How much have you made off that?
A good amount.
How's the porn? Was that a
You're
paywall?
a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
How much was it to buy?
You had to pay $5 to get into her OnlyFans, and then $20 in the DMs to purchase the film.
And I have a feeling you lied. You were like, when she went to do it, I felt a little uneasy and jealous. You look like you were acting there. I don't think you cared.
No, I mean, I have to.
Oh
do a
shit!
little
Were you
soul
5%
searching to make it through the.
How jealous? 5%?
I don't even know if jealousy is the word so much.
Excuse me,
I
my
don't know,
bad,
it's
my
just
bad.
Something animalistic that happens in your body when another man fucks your wife.
Was it like a movie? Like, or was it like, whoa, I can't believe this happened?
That was more just a little bit of a.
You watched the whole thing?
These guys.
I mean,
bro.
I flipped through it a bit, but me and her were banging watching it one time. Yeah, 2 times.
You're lying.
That's some freaky shit.
Swear on your devil.
I'll max out the revolver, then I'll switch
Jackson?
it out for the knife. Or
And
actually,
Jordan.
nah, fuck
Dude,
that
they're
shit.
both evil, yeah. You know, everyone who ever met Michael Jordan said he's a fucking asshole. He won't give you an autograph. Every celebrity or just random kid said he's an asshole.
I can relate to that though. I feel like I do okay with the amount of fans that I have because it's not that overwhelming.
Michael Jordan is a piece of shit who, my first paycheck.
Imagine being that famous. You can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You can't do shit. Imagine how fucking annoying it is. Yeah, people get on his ass for not signing autographs. I mean,
No, that's not
everybody
why.
on earth wants an autograph.
That's not why. My first pair of Jordans was my whole Target. You know what Target is? Pushing carts where my fucking crush in high school would see me push
forgot that
carts. The
this
most
shit got the
humiliating shit. I
laser,
had to jump
bro.
in bushes. My whole paycheck
cannot
for
be
one
having
pair
that
of
laser
fucking
on this
cardboard
bill,
made
bro.
Jordans. $8 Jordan. It's like $4 to make them.
That doesn't
and he's
entitle
selling
you
for
to a
500.
photo 20 years later.
But hold on. What kind of sick man would do that to the black poor community? Make shoes $500 fucking dollars for some gay sevens?
Capitalist. Capitalist.
No, do other shoes do that?
Capitalize.
Do other shoes mark it up like that?
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, a lot of companies make expensive shoes. You ever been to the Gucci store? Those shoes are fucking garbage, and they cost
Whoa.
way more than a pair of Jordans.
Gucci quality is garbage compared to Jordans?
The way they feel.
You know, to this day, I still buy J's, but I get so fucking angry thinking my whole paycheck for a cardboard shoe.
Who's cutting your paychecks?
What do you mean?
I mean, you do have like a 9 to 5.
This is when I was 18.
Oh, okay. All I'm saying, we should allow celebrities to dictate their own terms of how they want to interact with their fans.
It's not fair because every poor kid on the block wants those J's.
And they can have them, but they aren't necessarily entitled
Well, I'm
to Michael
saying
Jordan's time.
Jordan can rip them off 70%. He doesn't have to go 1,000%. That's disgusting. You think the Kobe's were that expensive?
How do we go
Kobe is the greatest of all time.
How do we go from Destiny to me getting cucked to Michael Jordan being a piece of shit?
Because you, Destiny, because both your wives got fucked by black guys, and Jordan, Kobe, they're black.
I don't think you even know that his wife fucked a black guy, right? You're just assuming.
Sneeko.
She didn't fuck Sneeko. And he's
I
Cuban.
leaked it today.
You didn't leak it. He's Cuban.
She fucked Sneeko.
I don't think so. That ABBA though, dancing.
Oh, you saw that?
I like that.
Do you think Destiny enjoyed that? Did you see the look on his face? Like PTSD, Vietnam flashbacks?
That was my first cut porn experience.
I wondered why you platformed Destiny. It's because you were prepared.
I could never, bro. I could never, ever be a cuck, bro. That shit is insane. That shit is insane, bro.
Because if the number is like...
Even like, they're not even real cucks. They're like cuck adjacent.
You wouldn't let your wife fuck someone for $1 billion?
You have a kid with her.
So what? I feel like I could do a lot of good with it.
Then what if your kid starts turning black now? Like, what the fuck is gonna happen? No one's ever done this where they like, Jason, what's his name?
I don't think that...
It's a big, jacked, black tatted dude.
Your kid can't like retroactively change races because the mother then...
I'm not gonna do that French bullshit where I go, yeah, you're hurting bad, because I'm not sensing it. I think there'll be more psychic pain for your wife than you. I really think that, because you fuck a lot of bitches, right? You're always confusing your
I needed a long range option.
Yesterday.
But you're
with my girl, so 3 total.
You fuck thousands, she'll fuck like
a sprinkle.
So imagine she's gonna build psychic subconscious resentment over time. And she's gonna be like, huh, he doesn't care about me.
I feel like if anything, she has less resentment for me now because I allowed her to make this gigantic bag and pursue her career and, you know, kind of put my pride on the
Who made more, you or her?
Well, obviously.
What's the difference? Like, what's the percent? Because you should have took 80, 90 for the trauma. You fucking sitting there like, what the fuck? And you said you fucked.
I should have proposed that.
So when you put it on TV and fucked her, you were watching it?
It wasn't actually on the TV, it was on the phone.
And so you just take a glance?
I was hitting it spoon style, so we both had a pretty good vantage point. But then,
you guys bought a Lamborghini?
What the fuck?
That was a joke.
What'd you buy?
Nothing.
What just happened?
There's got to be something material you got.
We went out to dinner the other day, the bill was I don't know if I ever paid that much for dinner before. But that wasn't like a celebration.
You were a millionaire before.
Thought somebody else killed the guy I was shooting at. Wedges.
So you didn't have to do this.
I don't know who.
Maybe
what
they
kind
did?
of person would just be satisfied with where they're at? I say go for the.
No,
goal.
dude, I gave you lightning in a bottle. I said, hey, Adam, instead of taking a break from the podcasting and doing porn, I'm a free agent. Nobody knows I'm lightning in a bottle. Take me and take 50%. Make me big. You're like, oh, yeah, maybe. Now look how much you regret it. If you signed me, you'd have been rich. I told you, I said in a month I'm gonna pop off on Jesus' name. Everyone here laughed. Look at you. Who the fuck's laughing now? Not even me.
I mean, I don't think that us signing you would have changed anything
Are you
all that
kidding?
much in my life.
Are you would have put fucking whores and rappers in front of me. You would have fucking exploded in wealth. And I even DM'd you. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? You know who I am? And everyone's like, yo, you're being cocky. You're not that talented. I'm more talented than every YouTuber combined.
I like playing with you, but I do feel like you would be kind of a liability if you were to work for me full time.
Bro, you guys get into fights here. I haven't been in a fight here.
You were here at 9 in the morning off cocaine and you hadn't slept.
Dude, you've had so much drama in your studio and you're saying I'm drama.
I'm pretty sure that all of my employees and hosts sleep. It seems like kind of the bare minimum requirement if you want to spend time here. You have to have a consistent sleep schedule. Now, I'm not saying you need to sleep 8 hours a night, but, you know, a solid 4.
It's not blunt. What are you doing?
I'm doing it
Shot him in the dick.
I don't smoke that often.
How much would you have made if you went with my game plan? And it's good. I'm a free agent, so it's good. It turned out great for me.
What are you going to do on this platform? We have done content. Some of it did pretty good, but some of it didn't do as well.
Dude.
We also put it out during a time that there was kind of a lull on the channel.
I'm going to tell you offline which big music labels are talking to me about getting me ghostwriters and taking over, because they're really saying you're Tekashi, but you got hands and you will fight.
And you haven't snitched yet.
Yeah, and check this out. Well, no, I will. I have a no. If I get jumped by over 10 guys, that's
Think about it be the new Tekashi, I'm fucking dead.
If it's like I'm fucking leaving crutches, I have a limit, right?
Well, that's ridiculous.
That's kind of like the equivalent of, that's something way worse than 10 guys jumping.
I don't mind getting shot. That fucking make me famous, man.
Do you have a fucking weird?
I don't mind getting shot for
like
clout.
Growth on the inside of your thigh.
Yo, dude, it's been years.
Tell me about that.
You're the
you ever
first
get
person
shot
to
for
expose
clout?
this, bro.
I would assume you don't sit like this too often on podcasts. Yo,
Bro, let it go,
like
bro.
A third
Let it
nipple
go,
and it's
bro.
on your thigh.
Yo, bro.
Bro, let me take a picture.
Stop, because that one has to be removed. That's
Really?
like,
That's
yeah.
cancerous?
Yeah, it's something.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, the first time I did fentanyl, it started
I'm
popping
gonna
up.
bang my
Oh
girl.
my
Looking
God.
at this later. Let me see. Oh,
Yo, what the? You're gonna post it, right? You're gonna post it? All right.
It's like a full-on nipple. You might have to check out like the No Jumper Reddit if you want to see. Oh no, maybe we'll edit it in.
You know, you wait another month, and this will be more than your porn. You
Yeah?
can sell that.
Bro, I got a penis pump today. I didn't even have to buy it. I went on a podcast with this guy Jason Lee. He has a platform called
Jason
Hollywood
Love?
No, different Jason. I know. Very
Look
close.
at the trauma in his eyes.
Very close. I went and did Jason Lee's podcast.
Chinese guy?
No, half black, homosexual. He's a good guy. He gave me a penis pump.
I'm
gonna try it.
Everything I say sounds like comedy, but this is not comedy. If you're going to penis pumps and toys and stuff like that, you know that your next step is sucking dick and being gay. Like, men who get bored of pussy, so they go into a dirty ass and then toys. The trajectory, you're gonna be so bored that you're gonna end up fucking men, then animals. How you that bored of pussy? You got a
What
penis
kind of
pump?
animal?
I'd take the zebra. They got like, looks like a nice fat ass with leggings.
You ever look at a horse from behind?
I like zebras, but horses are.
Well, similar animal, really.
If you had to fuck one animal, it would be a horse because they have that kind of. They look like Nicki Minaj.
Well, if you want to
What?
get fucked, you probably want to choose a horse because they got giant dicks.
But I'm
You
not
gotta
pegged.
fuck
die.
one.
Do you get pegged?
No.
I'd take the zebra. They got like, looks like a nice fat ass with leggings.
You ever look at a horse from behind?
I like zebras, but horses are.
Well, similar animal, really.
If you had to fuck one animal, it would be a horse because they have that kind of.
Nah, I
they
agree.
look
I
like Nicki
agree.
Minaj.
Well, if you wanted to get fucked, you probably want
If I had to
choose a horse
fuck one
because they got
animal, it would
giant
be a
dicks.
horse. That shit look like a horse.
Do you get pegged?
And I know the
See,
horse
that's
would
coming next.
appreciate it. You
You're
feel
too
me?
bored, Adam, bro. Your weed sucks. You're
It's a
getting too
slippery
bored.
slope. This butthole, I don't know. I've had a lot of hemorrhoids. I don't think it would be really.
Feel me?
I don't think I'm an ideal fit.
No?
I think it would be a top.
I've never seen you porn. I don't know how you perform. Like, do you slap and choke them and shit? Or does Jason not let you?
I don't go too crazy.
Do you guys get along? Because they said you guys have drama, you and Jason.
Well, he was kind of running.
What did
his
he
mouth.
say? Because we can run it.
He was doing a little bit too much of the contrast and compare. Yeah, you spent a lot of time in Miami. So.
I'll fight him. I'll fight that man.
Okay.
How big is he?
Pretty big. Bigger than you.
Oh, no, I won't fight him.
I mean, honestly, you and him.
I've seen Adam in person.
Because
And I would fight
thought
him.
He looked like in the clips he was acting, but then at one point I'm like, oh, I
Like the
think
skinny
he is
as
being
a.
disrespectful.
In banging her? Oh,
No, in your beef, you guys had some kind of feud.
Right.
I'll pick
You ever
him
get a
up.
Nose job?
No, I was born like this.
Just wondering.
You know what's weird?
What?
Look at us. We're two good-looking guys.
No bitches.
No, we should both be. We should both be never sharing our bitch. Right?
Do you have a bitch?
Yeah, I have a
Finish what I was
teenager.
doing.
Oh God. Yeah, what is that?
I like my. Okay, listen.
You always are talking
If I-
about your
no,
teenager
no.
on Twitter. I'm like, bro.
If I have a 25-year-old, they come with a lot of opinions and that feminist shit, and it's like, dude, I want to be myself at home, right? And that's all I need from a woman is like quiet. That's it. And I'll fuck.
Quiet.
Yeah.
You could just not have a woman. You'd have a lot of quiet, right?
No, I still need to fuck something.
What about pocket pussy?
I've never tried toys. I don't even use my hand. No.
Sex doll?
No.
No
My-
sex doll. It's haram.
Throat or nothing.
Oh yeah. Because you're just a head guy.
Oh, dude, you make head sound weak when head is the highest level of submission from the whore.
I have gotten a lot of different head over the last couple of years and fucked a lot of different.
You're
vaginas.
getting the wrong bitches. That Kazumi bitch. Remember her sweetheart? She was so kind. She took my phone number. She loved me.
You didn't smash.
No. She told me that she lit her fucking pussy on fire with gasoline.
I was at that party and it wasn't like you know the way that like magicians do it, where they're like, oh my hand's on fire, but it's like they put some like spray on the hand and then they light it on fire. It was like that. She did like a little fire show. It's not like her vagina was engulfed in flames.
Is this just for the views going up on her content, or is it just for fun? I don't get it.
That was like she had a party. She rented out a castle and there was a ton of different porn people there and she did this show in front of everybody at a certain point.
Porn will make you gay, Adam. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is that such a fiend fear of yours that something is gonna happen that's gonna turn you gay.
Like walk around like.
It's
gay,
infectious,
you ever see
bro.
A gay dude in public? You want to be that guy? Like, hello, I'm fucking gay.
You want shorts? They always have a tank top on.
You want to be that guy?
Men who are, you know, gay means happy. They're always happy. The fuck are you so happy about? There's people dying. There's black people dying. Gay men are racist, bro.
Because they're not paying enough attention to Black Death.
Why I'm always angry is because
one person without ghosts.
Gay people don't care.
You're right. People are suffering.
And you're getting a lot happier.
But why should the gays not fuck each other?
Okay, look, I don't got no fucking beef with anyone or any community, but why do we pretend? Like, and it's kind of like your marriage too. Gay dudes don't get married to stay with each other. They're in a penthouse with 30 other dudes fucking each other.
I think that's a fairly small percentage.
Bro, have you ever met a gay dude that's in a pair? Never.
I've met gay couples, yeah.
Yeah, but they go to swinger parties and stuff. It's not a marriage. So why are we pretending it's a marriage? Like, why are they doing a biblical marriage to have a penthouse cocaine party?
Me and my wife don't believe in God, and we still got married. Seems like that's kind of confusing to some people.
For the business strat. That's why you guys got married.
No, because we wanted to celebrate.
No, you guys talked about it when you got married. You guys talked about, hey, imagine we destroyed the sanctity of the Bible. That was a satanic demoralization, alchemic ritual.
I like the way that you're thinking. Because, yeah, I don't believe in God, and maybe what better way to spit in the face of God than to get married,
well, hold on,
and then let her fuck a large man.
Did you guys talk about it before you got married? About her fucking another dude?
We have been talking about it for a few months.
So, is it fair to say?
Oh shit! Above me.
Around
like, what other benefits do you guys get from marriage?
We were gonna get married regardless. The
But
wedding
why?
had been planned like a year in advance.
Just start holding a ring? Like, what's the point?
To have a party with our friends and family and celebrate the fact that we've been together for 7 years, and then we plan on staying together for many more.
But
years.
if you guys weren't married and you did the Jason Love thing, it would be a lot less money.
Would it? I still feel like it would be a pretty big deal. But yeah, the word wife.
Also, your
a lot harder than
timing.
girlfriend.
Your timing blew me away. How many days after the marriage?
Maybe like a month.
Doesn't that feel a little calculated?
We didn't think of it that way, but it definitely came across that way.
Because you're a stoner, I don't think it was that calculated. Because you're like, oh, I'm Adam. You're not like thinking and plotting like a cokehead.
I'm a viral god.
But the timing makes you
Zerka
look
is a
evil.
cokehead.
Like 30 days after, black guy.
I think it should make me look ingenious that I was able to
Like, I'm talking-
conceive of such a scheme with my partner.
He probably didn't even
What
smoke
if you guys
cigarettes before
divorced 'cause of
the
this?
coke.
Or you're the type
That's
who
probably-
would say,
that's
I don't know
probably
if it was
why
that.
he
It was
smoked
probably
it.
because she couldn't find the ketchup in the fridge. Don't you think this
Not,
would be,
yeah.
if you guys got divorced,
melee
wouldn't this
him.
be the meat and potatoes of the divorce?
We're doing fine. It doesn't seem.
No,
like we're
I'm
gonna
talking
get
about the
divorced.
future. Years down the road,
That'll
would
even
you
make him
blame it on
miss.
this? Or do you think this is like just a stepping stone and then there's other things?
It's gonna take a lot more than like 1 4-hour session at a hotel room where she got banged for 45 minutes and then came back. It's gonna take a lot more than that to make us divorce. I'm pretty sure. We probably
No,
need-
it's not
we
that
need
she
a
got-
better reason.
It's bad she got banged for 45 minutes, but she got banged by a black guy.
Why? Okay.
So now look at this.
That sounds
Would you
racist.
No, it's
I'm
not
pretty
racist.
sure that was
it's not
racist.
racist. I'm saying they have huge cocks.
Right.
They're superior,
Some.
but
this guy had.
oh, this guy
Average
was.
black guy does
Mashallah,
not
this
have-
guy's blessed, Jason. Holy shit! But check it out. Would you rather have your girl fuck 5 white guys or 1 black guy? One of them is gonna leave her fucking whistling like
Oh
a
my
Halloween
god,
story.
this dude shows up.
I'll probably go-
extra air in her pussy's gonna make it so loose. The 5 white guys will keep her tight.
What if the 5 white guys were like the Blue Man Group?
Like Destiny?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really like worry about the race of
If
my
Destiny
wife's
ever
sex partners.
if a cuck like Destiny ever fucked my wife, I don't think I'd even be that mad at her. I'd actually start crying. I'd be like, poor girl. You got Sonic the Hedgehog humping your leg like a fucking chihuahua.
So you wouldn't be mad, but you would.
I'd roll a tear for sure because I'd be like, she's going through it.
How are you gonna end up in a relationship?
I will be mad.
That gun is still
What is
OP.
gonna happen
Shit.
that will get you there? You and Sneeko are the biggest bullshit artists on earth, acting like you're just searching for a wife when in reality,
No, I don't. I've never.
trying to get some top.
You're
Trying
talking
to
about.
fuck
You're talking about
girls.
Sneeko. You're talking about.
You and
When have I said I'm
Same
searching
guy,
for a wife?
same guy.
He says he's searching for a wife. I'm searching for whores. And I say it on Twitter all day. I want whores. I convert whores to
Yo.
the better life. The girl I found, she did laundry.
I mean, it look.
You're really dating a teenager.
If you want sluts, then
I've
you
got
can't be
it's
slut
not
shaming.
dating. I've got 4 girls. I'm not serious yet. Dating is like when I'm serious for them. But my career is taking off. I can't.
But you have what, like a 19-year-old that you've been banging?
18. Don't make it a senior citizen Hillary Clinton shit. The fuck?
18.
Yes.
What do you guys have in common?
We like anime. We both like to say slurs.
Yeah, when you're 18, you're still like really experimenting.
We don't even talk. We don't even talk.
Yeah.
We just stay in a room and like play footsie and shit.
Whenever I talk to chicks, even like in their early 20s, it just occurs to me like, oh yeah, you're old. You have nothing in common with this person.
But it doesn't matter because I have multiple girlfriends. They're not real girlfriends because when I have a girlfriend, I'm loyal and it's easy with ED. But you know, you have a great argument for if you did get divorced because isn't it like 70% people get divorced anyway?
Oh, well, that's a good
So
point.
you could just be like, oh, at least I made millions of dollars. But I don't know if this is gonna go well for you.
It's going well so far.
I could see you guys go a couple more years. And that money is like fading. You know, you gotta invest, you gotta do something, but investing means no Lambo, no fun, and
We don't have a Lambo anyway. Anyway, I make plenty of money, so I think we're gonna be fine in the long run. Even if she doesn't bang a ton of different dudes on camera.
God sent me to give. I said I'd give you that cut and take your whole platform and soak it up like a sponge. And you said, nah, I'd rather do porn. You didn't choose pro-life. You chose pro-fucking BBC.
You might be overrating yourself as a broadcaster.
One influencer who's wanted more for podcasts than me.
Wanted more for podcasts?
That was the kindest way
He's been in here 40
to
years with the Hollywood scene. I got no one. I just
tell
started.
him
Say almost every
you might, you're actually
All
trash.
right, let's do Joe Rogan. If I was on Joe Rogan for 1 hour, I would soak up at least 10 million followers. Easily. If he was in my shoes, he'd never do that.
I think it would be really bad for his business. I don't think he could justify.
Cut that part out. Cut this part out. He's watching this.
Spotify would not be able to continue. That might be the thing that makes them say, like, okay, Joe, we weathered the N-word tape. We weathered the Alex Jones thing. Zerka, we cannot let this stand. Goodbye.
What about Andrew Schulz? Would he have me on?
I don't know.
Because I'm not going to lie. For years, even when I worked at nightclubs, I said, you know, I am
God.
funny.
Yo, he's really hiding there.
And people laugh, but now there's comments on every channel saying 5,000 upvotes,
all
4,000
hiding.
upvotes. Zerka's funnier than Dave Chappelle. And now, hold on. I'm not saying I'm funnier than Dave. If I was as restricted as a professional comedian, I wouldn't be that funny. But I'm not restricted. I can say whatever the fuck I want. So I'm cheating.
You saying that you're funnier than Dave Chappelle is like me saying that I'm better looking than Leonardo DiCaprio. It just would seem.
Right now you are.
The evidence suggests that that's not true.
Well, hold on.
He's the only hot guy I could think of. Who else should I use?
No. Look, when we look at Kevin Hart,
Zerka
Dave
really
Chappelle,
isn't even that funny.
yes, if I was
Not anymore.
signed to their label and they said you cannot be toxic,
Just
I
fucking
would
crazy,
bomb, I
yeah.
would fail. They're better at comedy than me.
I mean, Dave Chappelle has gotten so much hate for being offensive to the trans community, right?
How offensive is Dave compared to me?
I would say you're maybe more offensive, but less artful in your offensiveness.
Yeah.
I promise you, I've gotten more gut-busting laughs from thousands of people than he has.
What did you do on the Bradley Martin podcast that made it go left? I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw it got a lot of views, and it apparently was somewhat of a train wreck.
I would literally.
Why don't you? I don't know why you're such a pussy. Wait, why don't you just say what the problem is? Is she making you?
This fucking dumbass relationship drama with Darius, dumbass.
What's going on, buddy?
Well, Xena, first let's talk about Matrix and Attack of
Matrix and Attack of Destiny.
What are they trying to get at it?
I mean, it's fucking Destiny, bro. He
Wait,
literally single-handedly destroyed how many of the so-called red pill speakers that people were trying to worship? The only survivor, the only one that survived that's real is Byron. Everyone else, Destiny destroyed. And they ran away.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. What's up?
Holy shit.
Okay, TLDR, Xena has a lot of monthly bills that need to be paid to the point where she can't enjoy life at all, and I don't know what to say to get those reduced, because I've had the same thing in my life, and I'm just not figuring them out. She has a $350 monthly phone bill that she needs to pay.
Hold on. Is that like a phone that's being financed, or?
It's like 3 different devices that are being
This is my
financed.
last one.
What?
One month more payment for the phone.
Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out why it's $350 a month. Is that because you're financing a phone?
She's financing like 3 different devices.
What the fuck?
That all have service on them.
Yeah, $350 a month. You might as well pay off the whole phone right when you get it. What the
Then
fuck?
she has a. We'll start. She has a $500 car payment. I don't know if that's including insurance.
Okay, hold on.
I was financing 3 different devices. I was financing because when I got out of prison, I couldn't. Obviously, I went to prison for a phone company, so I couldn't necessarily get a phone under my name unless I outright buy the phone. Like
Literally see the sticker.
Pay for prepaid.
Look at that.
Obviously, fresh out of prison, I don't have that type of money to buy a new phone, right?
Okay, so you're financing a phone. How many devices are you paying for right now?
Well, I'm paying for 3 devices because one, it's under my friend's name, so, and I needed a phone and an iPad so I could do my digital artwork and editing and whatever at the time that I was making money with art. So I got the iPad because that's like an investment in myself and my art. I thought it was a smart thing to do.
Do iPads have a SIM card? Am I retarded or is that?
Well, in order to finance an iPad, you have to have it as a second line.
Okay, how long? Okay, how long? I'll do the Adam and Such guys after. Okay, okay. I'm good. This is just gonna trigger me actually. You don't need a SIM card for your iPad, right? Once it's paid off.
Nope.
Okay.
So she's already been doing this for
Oh,
like 2 or
really?
3 years. So I think the
Well, that's
tablet
good.
that we discovered yesterday, it has like 109.
So basically,
left on that, and
well, no, it doesn't
$39
unlock because it might
other
still be tied
burner
to the same
phones.
carrier.
Burner phone? Why do you have
Pretty
multiple
much.
phones?
So what happened with the first initial phone that I was financing, I was in a very bad relationship and my...
Okay, I don't care. After this, can you get yourself
broke
down
the
to...
phone.
That's good. Can you get yourself down to 1 line in 1 month?
Yes. Well, in 1 month, I mean, yes, I could. But that was
Oh my
a
god,
lot
they're
of
both there.
work.
What do you mean by a lot of work?
Right there, right in front of the
Well, I
phone.
owe... I mean, I can if I pay $140.
Is that a lot of work?
No. But... And I mean, technically, he gave me the 140 because we won it on...
I don't know why, whatever you're about to say, I don't know why you think I care. I'm asking is, can you get it, can you make it so you're just paying for 1 line at the end of this month? Just 1 line.
Yes.
Okay, why not do that? So you have lower monthly bills. Wouldn't that be better?
Well, yes. Which I think we already said that this was something.
Okay, so...
Okay, so at the end of this month, your goal should be 1 device that you're making a monthly
That
payment
was
on.
crazy, seeing the door close right as he leaves. Oh my god.
Okay, alright. Okay, so that's hopefully one thing. So hopefully that's what, $50, $60, $70 a month for 1 line, I would hope?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, what's
And
next?
then she has a $500 car payment. I don't
Didn't
know
realize we
if
were
it's
migrating to
car, like,
kick people
insurance
Turkey.
or whatever.
$500
yeah.
car payment. Okay. Is that just for the car, or is that car and insurance?
That's the insurance with the car. Well, it's the insurance.
No
is only
way,
$112 a
bruh.
month, and then my car is $440 every 2 weeks, and the extra it's
$440 every
40
2
every
weeks?
2 weeks.
So let me talk. It's $340 every 2 weeks. And for a waiver, which if I total it out, I don't owe the company anything, because insurance would be too expensive. So I do the it's like.
It's called gap insurance.
Yeah, it's like some scammer insurance shit that I got going on. Because it's a buy here, pay here.
Yeah, buy here, pay here means that they don't actually credit it, but you end up paying out the ass for it generally.
I know, but again, felon, bad credit.
Yeah, nah, that was insane.
Finance.
How much is your current car?
30,000, but
He really did see the leaves from his fucking ghillie suit.
What do you want from me, Darius?
I need to know what to do, bro. Cause
that's not your life.
I'm gonna do their strap.
Okay, well, she's literally telling me yesterday she needs guidance or
Okay,
whatever. on what to
here's
do or how to
the-
do things. I don't know things. I don't have guidance.
Well, good luck. Here's what I think, okay? Ready? I'm gonna get clipped and every lefty's gonna hate me forever, okay? Poor people love to be poor, and they always make poor people decisions, and there's nothing you can do to break that. So I don't know what else you want me to say. That's it.
So she should just pay this until it's eventually off, but not add anything.
I don't know why you would have a $30,000 car. I feel like you get a super good car for $5,000 or $10,000 at the most. I have no idea why you get a $30,000 car, pay gap insurance, pay extra insurance. It sounds like you've got enough equity, but I don't think there's any way she's ever trading in that car. Or
What,
getting
my
her.
Cadillac? I want to keep the Cadillac. I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know what you would even
Ain't no way.
do.
Okay, and then her rent is 1,600. Would you suggest her moving everything into storage and possibly just staying with me for a limited amount of time?
1,600 in rent is not that bad given the area that she lives in, which is essentially like downtown Miami. I think is good.
How do
She
put TTV
living
like a cringe
with another
lord?
person
I'm
romantically
a cringe
should not be
fucking
seen as
TTV
only
guy
a
now.
financially advantageous move. You should take into account stability of the relationship and everything too, because yeah, personally, I don't think either of you are mentally
ADHD,
stable enough for a romantic
Armored
roommate. So I mean, I
Core,
would say no, but I mean, listen, if you guys can swing it,
Call of Duty,
it's an easy way to save money.
conversations that I'm not even part of.
Do you think it's possible in the next 3 months to at least that first time who's starting? Let's say at Xena side,
playing
so
this
I
more
think
than
you
I thought
average
I
around
would.
like 400, 500 viewers, on Kick.
I did not think
to
I
be
would
able
be
to
getting back
making
into Call
at
of
least
Duty.
$3,000 a month from Kick.
Your top, that's like what, top 1% of streamers at that point? It's not impossible, but that's going to be an aggressive stream schedule.
Like, why people fucking like me? It's so beyond me, you fucking faggot.
Yeah, but you said you don't
Fuck those fucking nigga too. 100% nigga.
Sure, lewds and shit, I think it'd be good.
Like what we discussed at dinner before, Destiny.
I
When
don't
you gave
know
me a lot
what.
to think about.
Okay, I don't know what we
Hope
discussed.
he's not
at
on my
dinner,
team.
Yeah, what else?
Well, it was when me, you, and Melina went to dinner.
Sure. No, but I'm saying like what else, what other
Bracket.
questions do you have?
How do you...
I think he's more worried about it than me.
Yeah, I am, because if you can't pay shit, you're gonna be looking at me funny, and you're gonna be doing that shit you do where you're like, I just hate that I have to dance, and then I'm gonna fucking be a cock, and you know how I am.
That's your fault then. I mean, I don't know what you want to say about that.
I mean, yeah, but like, I'm working on it. Right now I'm trying to like actively be like, okay, how do we switch this up? So are you just telling me I'm just gonna have to be a cock?
What other bills do we have? So we're paying $300 a month for phone, $1,000 a month for car.
Central,
what else are we
bro.
paying besides rent?
That's it. Like, and $100
Yo,
restitution, which is done in February.
I'm the hit marker lord, bro. This gun.
Oh, okay. I mean, if those are the only 3 bills, do you have any credit card
I
debt?
can't tune it
you
in
said
the middle of the
No, I
match,
have
huh?
nothing. But I don't.
What's wrong with the FAMAS?
Oh.
I don't go shopping. I don't need new clothes. I have amazing clothes. I take very good care of my clothes. I don't go buy designer. I mean, the only thing I'm gonna buy is I have to replace a 600 pair of YSL glasses that are now only 400. I will replace those glasses. And then what? Pay for health insurance so that I can get actual vision glasses and dental insurance. I don't have ridiculous bills. It's just for me to travel. So I wanted to make sure all the bills were taken care of ahead of time, and I had just
Every time from that window, bro. How long is that guy gonna be in there?
I just don't think I'm responsible unless all my bills were taken care of prior.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, what's the issue, Dario?
My issue is that she wants to do...
He lost $1,600 to Social Casino, and he thinks
Oh my god, nigga. I'm not... First off, it's Dooku money. It's not like I'm going into my savings or whatever for that. But...
Wait, he's spending money on this bitch?
It's my main issue is that if she doesn't want to do like her profession that was making her money to
my bills every month are only around $3,000, which I think is almost normal. Less than the average in Miami. That's less than the average person.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
3,000?
It probably is.
Destiny, what is your average rent in Miami?
Oh shit. God,
Miami is a bad. Average rent in Miami is probably, if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess $1,300, $1,400 a month maybe. But Miami is a big area. You don't live in Miami. You live in downtown Miami, right? So the average rent down there is gonna be way.
Okay, well, average rent in just Miami is $24.38.
Even in all the boonies and shit. Is this including places like Kendall and Homestead and shit like that?
You want me to put downtown Miami? Okay, downtown. I just put Miami, and that's
I'm
what
gonna
came
die
up on
here.
For a
Amazon.
one-bedroom?
Your average bedrooms in Miami is a 2-bedroom.
Oh, okay. That might be. What did you say the price was?
Well, it's $33.10 for a 1-bedroom. It says $31.68, but to average it out with all the other in town.
That sounds. I understand Miami's expensive. That sounds way too expensive for average.
For the square root of 891, which is relatively very small.
900 square feet. That's a decent sized apartment. Am I crazy?
900
I
square
mean,
feet.
it's small if it's a 2-bedroom, so I think that is a 1-bedroom.
I don't know. I actually have no idea. For a 2-bedroom, no, I think that's small.
Okay, Brickell, the average Brickell key, the average is 3,448. So let's go to downtown Miami. Where am I at? Let's go look.
Is that small?
Okay, am I fucking retarded? I thought Brickell and downtown Miami were the same.
No, Brickell Key is not the same as Brickell. And then there's Miami Design District, which would be Wynwood. That's also 3,000.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is the average across all? Because if you go out westward more in Miami, is it it's got to be way cheaper, way the fuck out there. Like, what is the average apartment in? Like, Hialeah is a neighborhood of Miami. What's the average rent for down there for an apartment?
Okay, so we're averaging what near Alapata, because I'm by Alapata. 2197 would be the average rent here. For a 1-bedroom. For a 2-bedroom, 2294.
Is that KD?
Let's go ahead and click Hialeah, but I'm not in Hialeah. I just went to the one that was closest to me. And yeah, so it doesn't have it. Yeah, so we have to choose Alapata then. Do they have Little Havana? Okay, let's do Little Havana. 2580. Even though that's the hood. 2580. So yeah, your average rent per just city capital, 2438. And then you have to think about people's average car insurance in Florida.
You should. How many car accidents have you been in?
Well, actually, most people in Florida don't even have car insurance.
How many car accidents have you been in?
I've been in a few.
Okay. Anything else?
So I guess my main thing is like I don't know how to argue that if she doesn't want to do work as much for the other thing, that she will probably.
I don't know what that means. Don't do work as much for the other things. Speak in sentences with words that mean things. What do you mean?
She doesn't want to like dance or whatever. That she'll have to like.
I don't know what dance. You mean you want to go do like stripping at the club?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That she'll have to lower her bills pretty much.
Okay. Well, what is her monthly income right now between Fresh and Fit, between OnlyFans, between Kick?
Well, obviously I'm surviving. Obviously my bills are covered.
Yo!
That was a
just got on this hoe.
That shit my fast.
I don't know what that means.
I ain't gonna lie.
He's acting like
So you got shot on so hard.
This motherfucker was camping and still got killed.
I have one more payment, and then
Y'all is
I'll
ass,
pay
bro.
that 140.
Y'all
suck, bro. Y'all suck.
Easy. Well, I don't. He's making it a big deal out of nothing, and I've had no OnlyFans, and I haven't been in the club for over a year, and haven't had OnlyFans for months. And I'm
Wait,
still
you
paying
there?
more than this, and surviving just fine with no job. Like.
Yo.
Okay, Darius, what's the problem?
Nothing. I guess.
Why can I still hear that guy?
Okay.
Wait, why did it say you were somebody else?
I'm just saying, technically, if you think about it, though, if we took Q's job, this wouldn't even be.
Well,
an
we're
issue.
playing now, so whatever.
Just much to think about here.
Well, the chance of you getting Q's job are slim to none right now. What do you
No
mean?
way.
Q's gonna find out. I don't know why you don't factor that into any future anything.
We'll see.
Okay. Anyway.
We'll see.
What the fuck was that? What just happened?
But also from a relationship point
Did
of view,
that dude just
I don't know why you're
get
so invested in her
put
finances.
into
You guys have
my
been dating
party?
for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wait,
Well,
is
it's
that
more
guy
like we're getting
on my
cucked at
friends list or
doing
something?
stuff.
No
I'm like,
way.
Okay, why are we getting cucked out of doing stuff?
What do you?
because
Wait, hold on. Can you use? I need real senses. I'm gonna lose my mind. What do you mean cucked out of doing stuff? Did you try to buy a
No
house
way.
together, or did you want to go out to eat, or
No.
what is cucked out of doing
He
stuff?
is.
It's like traveling.
Wait.
Like, so you wanted to go to
Who is
Tokyo
this guy?
for 3 months and you weren't able to,
We're
or
gonna come to Arizona
Who is
and
this
you
guy?
never go to Florida.
there you go. Okay, thank you. Okay, so why would she go to Arizona and then come back?
I
to
have no
Florida?
idea who that is.
to hang out?
I'm going to visit him in Arizona, which is already taken care of. I've already
Oh
gotten
shit! What the
probation
fuck
and
is
he
this?
helped me win the kicker keep.
Oh
All
shit!
that's handled now. Rent is handled. Put everything to the side. Everything's handled. Just gotta
Oh
hit the
my
car,
bad.
cover the car. Got that too. I don't. It's fine.
Yeah, there is no issue.
Oh
It's
my
just
bad. I
that
didn't know
he
y'all were
expects
playing
me
ranked or
to
something.
Not I guess I don't know.
You
what
kicked
he's
me
thinking, I'm
out.
just gonna travel. Boom, boom, boom. I can't travel like that anyway because I am on probation until February. And in the meantime, like I'm very practical when it comes to like before
Why
I
can't I
leave
back
town,
out?
I always make sure I
What's
have
happening,
my rent for
bro?
the next month covered. I just think that that's like the smartest thing for me to do. You never know what happens.
That's probably true, yeah. But I don't even know what I don't even know what is the problem right now. I don't know. Darius is like speaking in code.
Guess I'm playing
I don't know.
ranked
It feels like Darius is
Warzone?
trying to get me to like divine some information from you or something.
No, he's trying to act like I'm like I don't know, swamped in bills or my bills are ridiculous because I guess he lives in Arizona.
Sure.
And the bills aren't the same as living in
Yeah,
Miami.
it sounds like the car is kind of unnecessary,
okay, I
but I
guess.
mean, like, you have no debt. If you literally just have the car rent and your phone bill, I mean, like, if the car makes you that happy, then, I mean, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be interesting. It's like literally the least interesting thing in the world. Oh fuck, bro. Oh my god, that review is an hour long.
Starfield hype has reached critical levels ahead of its launch next week, so can you really blame a guy for stealing 67 copies of the game and... Oh, wait, sorry, I'm just kidding. Oh, it turns out, in fact, yes, that is a felony. Well, today I learned. I'm Linus Sebastian, this is Game Linked, and these are stolen copies of the game listed for sale by Darren Harris of Tennessee, who was arrested last week for theft, but not arrested for posting 40 minutes of gameplay to his YouTube channel, which could arguably cause more damage in the form of spoilers. It's a good thing, too, because Starfield fans don't need a...
Yo, can you hear me? Can you cancel Q so I could back out? I actually can't even leave the party. I didn't mean to join with join ranked Warzone. Three, 2, 1. Okay. For some reason the game won't let me back out the fucking party. Like, what the fuck?
Another reason to be frustrated. First, it was the game's title screen, which, according to this Twitter account, reveals a development team that simply didn't care. And then now, you've got angry gamers discovering that landing points on Starfield's 1,000 planets have defined boundaries. So they can't even walk around the whole thing with the obscene amount of free time that they apparently have because they're upset they can't do that. If this is a major point for you, Star Citizen somehow just hit 600 million in funding, so hey, there's a great option if you prefer a space game with a mind-blowing inability to set boundaries for itself.
Greatest
cool.
game ever.
Former Canadian national treasure BioWare has announced they are laying off 50 employees, while 2 major games are under development. One of these victims is Lucas Christensen, the lead writer behind the first 2 Baldur's Gate games. According to BioWare alum David Gator, Christensen had been there so long that they called him Writer Alpha. Apparently BioWare itself now seems to consider him more of a beta. Mary Kirby, a writer for the Baldur's Gate spiritual successor series Dragon Age, is also being canned despite creating fan-favorite character Varric Tethras, a dwarven rogue by night and an equally dwarven crime noir novelist by day.
It's a very dwarven thing.
It's also weird that while the 4th Dragon Age game is currently in the late stages of development, BioWare felt that one of the setting's most seasoned writers was no longer needed. In a statement, General Manager Gary McKay said of the studio, "We must shift towards a more agile and more focused studio. Obviously, these 2 old fogies were just slow and way too distracting because of their decades of experience and critical acclaim."
Baldur's Gate 3 is so popular because of the microtransactions.
Armored Core 6 was released on Friday to great reviews, and while FromSoft infused the game with its characteristic gloomy, depressing atmosphere and ridiculously tough bosses, there's just enough metaphorical daylight in the game to question whether FromSoft is going soft. Tell them I wrote that, Linus. Mind-blowing inability to set boundaries for itself?
I didn't see any of that, so.
Former Canadian national treasure BioWare has announced they are laying off 50 employees, while 2 major games are under development. One of these victims is Lucas Christensen, the lead writer behind the first 2 Baldur's Gate games. According to BioWare alum David Gator, Christensen had been there so long that they called him Writer Alpha. Apparently BioWare itself now seems to consider him more of a beta. Mary Kirby, a writer for the Baldur's Gate spiritual successor series Dragon Age, is also being canned despite creating fan-favorite character Veritethris, a dwarven rogue by night and an equally dwarven crime noir novelist by day.
It's a very dwarven thing.
It's also weird that while the 4th Dragon Age game is currently in the late stages of development, BioWare felt that one of the setting's most seasoned writers was no longer needed. In a statement, General Manager Gary McKay said of the studio, "We must shift towards a more agile and more focused studio. Obviously, these 2 old fogies were just slow and way too distracting because of their decades of experience and critical acclaim."
Baldur's Gate 3 is so popular because of the microtransactions.
Armored Core 6 was released on Friday to great reviews, and while FromSoft infused the game with its characteristic gloomy, depressing atmosphere and ridiculously tough bosses, there's just enough metaphorical daylight in the game to question whether FromSoft is going soft. Tell them I wrote that, Linus. Armored Core 6 has a lot more checkpoints than the Souls games, and it lets players tweak their loadouts when they die so they don't have to replay the whole mission, and they don't even lose any currency. On top of that, the game's mech editor has allowed players to have what is probably too much fun recreating virtually anything in mech form. I mean, we're talking a John Deere tractor, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, and even Homer J. Simpson. And to add insult to injury, there's a character named Rusty that refers to the player refers to the player character as Buddy, inspiring fans to proclaim undying love for the only FromSoft game character that is.
Well, the shader optimization bullshit. No, fuck this, bro. I don't feel like waiting for it, and that takes up. I'm just gonna end it here.